man. Another installment of that No Jumper Show. Friday. No Jumper News, player. What you thought this was?
No Jumper News, player.
What you thought it wasn't, it was. You feel me? I'm off the ball with a buzz that you'll play upon a lush Uno. I got the Stinks with me as always. My good friend Ralphie the Plug, man.
Gang in them, no lanes with them, man.
Yeah, and of course Evil.
Bitch.
You feel me? A shooter on the payroll when it's time to handle business, lay low. Now, I want to get right to the first, before we get into these topics, before I check in with y'all gentlemen, there's a serious issue that needs to be addressed.
What's going on?
All right, so Poetic Flacco said...
You get right into it.
Yeah. So yesterday there was, I don't even want to say an altercation. I'm going to say an incident between me and my friend, who everybody know here, will be over here all the time. My partner. You feel me? Family business. Wasn't no...
Dude, your tone changed so fast.
What you talking about?
Said family business.
How my tone changed? You mean from yesterday when I...
now.
Yeah, I was
When
in
he get in politics, he's going in
It's-
intellectual lust mode, and then once he get in politic demon mode, it's a whole nother alias of luscious.
Because, like, at the end of the day, it's like, exactly. First of all, I feel so seen right now. Thank you, Ralphie the Plug. Shut up, Josh. You don't know what you're talking about.
That switch
You feel me? Like, think about how much. No, just think about how much cooler it is for Ralphie the Plug to understand your vision than Josh, if we're keeping it a bundle in these streets. All right. So here's what happened, brother. All right. So Josh was there, and he can verify as well. So the homie came through. He was turned up about the other homie. I wound up intervening, you feel me, and feeling slighted because he was coming at me some type of way, you feel me, but it was a misunderstanding. So he not banded like that, for real. I'm not saying he banded from the studio like that, but it was just a heat of the moment. Well, okay, hold on, wait.
So
Oh,
he's
wait,
not
dude,
banned,
we got to talk about this later, bro. That's not for on camera. Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, yeah.
He's banned or he's not banned?
Well,
He's banned by Lush. If Lush sees him, it's on site.
No, it's my look. This is my dog.
Oh, you fake banning people, bro?
No, at the time I fake banned him. I fake banded him.
Okay.
I
At least
fake
you
banded
admit
him.
you fake banned him.
Yeah, like the thing
You
is,
were in the heat of the moment.
it's the heat of the moment, and he was like, I feel at that moment he was in the wrong. You feel me, for like disrupting the workplace, knowing all the different things, because people take for granted when we're on a podcast all the different variables that have to be computing in your mind to be an entertaining person. One, you got to be knowledgeable of the subjects. You got to speak coherently, but not be boring. You have to be engaging with the other guests. It's a whole lot is going on, right?
Yeah.
So that could be something that knocks you out of that zone when you're about to do that, and this is your profession and you're trying to do it at the highest level possible. It could be like really disconcerting. So it was just the timing of the whole thing. Long way to say. It was the timing of the thing. Anyways, so we had a little back and forth. The tail end of it is the only thing that was caught by Adam 22 and put on the internet. You feel me? So it kind of make me look like I'm Billy Badass or whatever. I ain't trying.
That's Billy Badass Lush.
I ain't claiming no W's like that. You feel me? It was a heat of the moment.
If you would have kicked him in the ass, you would have got a W.
Does he get an L?
Nah, he don't get an L.
No, it was like a tie situation.
Nah,
you didn't kick him in the ass like. Get
I should have been like, I should have been like, you feel me, Sonic the Hedgehog, just collecting rings. But nah,
add a little extra bitch at the end. You would have probably
Nah,
like,
but see,
oh,
like,
damn, he called him a bitch too. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. This my, not only is this my homie, but he not like, if I say that to him, like somebody dying and somebody going to prison, 100%,
Bro.
like for sure. Like that's the most likely occurrence. Like because, theoretically.
Yeah.
Theoretically, like I'm just saying, he's not the guy to play with words like that and things like that. Like, you know, you could be the homie and you joke around. Like, he not one of the homies. You
so
can
more
joke.
of the story is it was like a tie in it.
It wasn't even me against him. That's the whole thing. But here's Flacco. We in the group chat later, and everyone's like, it all started with Adam being like, dude, hey, this fool Lush was turning up today, blah, blah, blah. You feel me? I'm paraphrasing. I don't direct. I'm just dry. I only dry snitch the group chat when it's for purposes of me getting a rack.
Man, I'm not really into all this snitching talk, man. You know what I'm saying? Dry snitching is still snitching. Even if it's
I'm talking about group chat snitching.
He's not snitching because he's basically saying it to their face right now.
Yeah. And
He's like putting the person on blast while the person on blast. Oh, yeah, that's not snitching. That's bringing something to the table. That's politics.
I'm just politicking.
Yeah, you politicking.
I'm politicking.
If the person is involved, it's like, oh,
you know what? No,
like,
fuck that, Josh. Because
You can't bring the group chat on.
no, I'm not. But okay, but I will bring the bet that was made in the group chat, especially because Flacco made a big deal, and I even said to him, me and Flacco had a private conversation. I was like, Flacco,
Not
like,
private no more.
no, listen. I said, Flacco, you know, you got a lot more money than me. You way more up than me right now. Like a band.
That's right. Pocket watching the 1-on-1.
I'm not pocket watching.
Pocket watch,
You don't
for sure.
no,
I salute that.
no, I'm not pocket watching. The homie
I'll
is
admit
like,
when I'm pocket
I'm
watching.
inspired by the homie. You feel me?
Did
Like,
you watch the
like
class on streaming
On how to
university?
how to pocket watch?
nah, I missed it. You feel me? I'm slipping.
You
Okay.
can
All right,
views
all
and
right.
see how much you really getting. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was like the social blade metrics and all that type
Type shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Okay, so basically, Flacco has more money than me, and I even said that. Like, look, I can't afford to lose a bet. If there's like a certain camera angle or something that makes it look that way, because I know when I got slapped. What does getting slapped mean to you? First of all, if like, what is getting?
Hand
No,
to
no.
face.
I understand that.
oh,
Like,
my
yeah,
bad, my bad.
hand to
Listen.
face.
Hand to face.
Hand to face means getting. What does it mean to you?
I don't give a fuck if he attempted and he grazed your nose or just miss you, but your hat kind of fall off.
If he did that, that's damn near like.
I
Okay.
slapped this bitch ass when I seen him. Like, you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Like he can say I slapped him.
So anything close to your face, or even in the general region
If
of your
he
face.
made
If
you
you
like,
made
oh
a
shit.
win, like
No, okay,
If there was contact was made.
no.
even if he missed, but like kind of hit your
Okay,
jacket,
what about
He
this?
still got that.
What about
he got
this?
that slap.
What about this? No, what about this? What if it's like,
Like,
If it's like
he flinched
"Ooh,
at
I
you.
slap you. Nah, that's not slap.
That ain't.
You have
nothing.
to commit to at least almost.
You got to
slap
make
you.
contact.
okay, oh, you got to make contact.
You got to make contact.
You got to make contact.
They said my
Flacco,
slap.
run me my money. What's happening, brother?
The homie need his money, Flacco. Pay up, nigga.
And you feel me? It is what it is. Josh
You know he know people.
was messing with me yesterday. Josh was running game.
Lush, you were calling employees here to like ask them like their recount would happen, record them without them.
What's up, my boy
No.
Gunner, man?
There is no without them knowing. What's up, Guns? No, there's no without knowing. First of all, bro, there's no without knowing. They all knew. Ask every single one of them. Mike, yes, I told them, hey, I'm about to record y'all and send this to the group chat right now. That's how I preface the
So do
conversation.
you guys normally have bets and actually pay?
I've never made a bet.
So you guys
Y'all
bets
just
don't
be-
hold weight.
yeah,
then,
y'all
yeah.
just be saying shit.
I've
guys-
never made a bet, and
When I
Flacco
place
made
bets
it a
with
big
people-
point. He made it a big point to like after I was like, you know what? I don't even have the money. I don't even have like.
If y'all not betting money, just bet some push-ups or some like weird shit.
But that
On call.
Yeah,
but I even
like-
said that, and then he was. I tried to like low key back out, even though I knew I was right, just because like he was like, I was like, damn, why is this fool pressing this so much? Like he gonna bluff me off the table. Like I don't even like. I'm not really trying to gamble with a rack like that.
Because
right now.
he probably wasn't even really like betting. He was just saying some shit trying to be funny.
Yeah, but I guess he was.
Bet $1,000, Lush.
He's like
Bet-
he's,
bet
he's
$1,000,
the
Lush.
king of I'm gonna just create a narrative. I'm gonna just say some shit and it's because it's funny to him probably.
Yeah, he wins. W Flacco.
No
But
W Flacco. It's not if you didn't
He
get
ose
an
me a
L-
rack though. If we're being like technically,
You took the L because he owe you a rack. But if you're not really serious about your rack, then it's pretty tie.
Nah, I mean like
What was
the Wait. bet?
What was the bet?
how define that logic? How is it a tie? The bet was
Because if you guys
That-
weren't really like, betting, then it's like,
okay. Let me ask you a question, Gunner, and let's just all just think logically for a second. And first of all, the bet is: did I get slapped by Rick yesterday? By Big Rick.
Oh. I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see it.
I know. So obviously, if I got slapped,
wait.
That
so
would have been-
now.
was
instantly.
Flacco there?
yes, but he was. Everybody else that was there sees it one way, and people that he was even
But
further
guess
away
what?
in the corner and
Oh,
said,
so y'all was getting at it like that.
no. It never got close to each other. Like
But look, guess what? You see how that narrative never existed? But now the narrative is going to be Big Rick slaps Lush at no
I'm
joke.
gonna
Exactly.
watch 6 YouTube videos
About
later.
about
let's-
that title right there that you got slapped
but
based
let's-
off of what you said right now.
But let's be real. Like, I've been so forthright about all my W's and L's, really more my L's, because I'm not even a self-congratulator to that degree. But when I like, anytime like something janky's happened to me, or if I get hit, or I can't. I'll come on the podcast and talk about that shit. I turn it
respect that
all
more than,
into
like,
content.
Just sweeping it under the rug.
Yeah, I don't. There's nothing. So if that happened to me, I would be like, "Can you guys believe what just happened? This fool fucking
This
like
weird ass bitch just did.
my energy would be completely different, bro.
If you got slapped, hell yeah.
It would not have been like. Obviously, I would have talked about it. Good, bad, ugly. I would have talked about it. What?
Turn you into a demon?
I've been that. There's no turning me. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get.
Lush has been on that.
I'm trying to get
know
back
that.
from the. I'm trying to get back from the depths. You feel me? Like I'm been from the depths of hell. So that's how demonic it gets. I'm trying not to be a demon.
Type shit.
But
You don't need to talk to the shadow people. Lush.
ooh, the shadow people stay lurking. They always one breath
I
away.
fuck with the shadow people.
I heard that's a thing.
I
I'm
fuck with all the
telling you.
gang stalkers.
No, you guys have never spent. We already discussed this because that's
Sometimes, you know, like
yeah. We like the yeah.
Is
We
gang
know the
stalking real?
formula. Is Scatteralls
Oh man.
available?
Is that like an Adderall mixed
Yeah.
with like
No,
They or something? Scatterall.
I mean, that's essentially there's not much of a difference.
it really is.
If we're really being like super genuine, one is
Yeah.
prescribed by a doctor. That's the primary difference. And hits you slightly quicker.
Okay.
One, you don't have to smoke out of a pipe.
That's a huge difference too.
One
if we're
is
being
like in
honest.
pill format, like here, take
But
this
some people
tablet,
crush
like,
their
you
pills
know.
and smoke their
course,
pills.
No, but it's a nicer way to like
Smoke
here, take this
Adderalls?
little tablet. and, you know,
I don't never met nobody that would do some shit.
I've
like
snorted Adderall.
That's a
You're
little
gonna smoke
extreme.
Adderall, you
I've
might as well
started-
just smoke meth. No?
I-
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
But what if
willing
you
to go
don't
that
have
far,
it?
like,
You know, that's funny. Like, and I've said this before. And my meth run was, I'm like a fake ass tweaker. I'm like my run with like Crystal was so, it was less than a year that I was really super on it like that. And
Less
the-
than a year is still like a.
Oh, it's-
Is
it's
it more
long
than
enough.
6 months or
But-
less than 6 months?
no, but that's the thing. I've had like way more years of overall drug abuse. Like, but just
I
with
like
that,
the less than a year. That sounds like I feel like you should give yourself a little more credit, more than you know,
It's
more than
around-
9 months. Like it's more
more than
like,
9 months.
it's
We're
been a
rounding up.
year.
Yeah,
When
we're
you
rounding
say
up.
less
That's a
than,
soft
that,
year.
That kind of softens
Yeah,
it. You gotta
it's
say
like,
it was more than a month straight.
No, but the thing is, there's real Scante warriors. I don't want to be guilty of stolen Scante valor, dog. You
Oh,
feel
yeah,
me?
you don't
Like-
want to take credit.
Yeah, it's
You don't want to
stolen.
take credit for like
They
the
pull
amount
up.
of usage you did.
Yeah, there's bro, because when you go to rehab for junkies, that's like county jail. You feel me? Like you got to line it up with your ops. So you feel fools don't know the meth card and the heroin card don't get along. You feel me? It's like it's low key outside beef, dog. It's low key stay the fuck away from each other. So someone like me I was always torn because I never like I think the reason I'm alive, if I'm being completely honest, before we move into the array
God.
of subjects. Yeah, beyond God, I didn't spend too
Nothing
long.
is beyond God.
Nothing is beyond God. This is true. There's no rebuttal to that. But I didn't really spend too much time on any particular drug. I would switch it up. I'd be like, oh, I'm like popping ecstasy for 3 months straight. And that's like way more ecstasy than a normal person would ever take. But
In a lifetime, that's kind of like crazy.
But
3
see,
months of
I
ecstasy
fuck
every
with
day.
Lush.
Just straight?
Yes.
That's crazy, bro.
Lush is willing to be like, I did this and that. It's people out here that do exact same drugs, but will act like
They'll
don't.
hide it.
They'll hide it, but it's like, bro, you're high as
And
fuck,
we know
bro.
the truth.
Just admit it, like
we see
you're
through it.
fucking
We
high.
know that you moving a little
Yeah,
extra.
like, damn,
to the
bro,
past,
it's
like, you doing
obvious.
Because if you don't
much.
admit it to yourself, you eventually start losing yourself. You don't even know who you are. You start lying to yourself, and now you get extra. Where Lush is one with himself. High.
Hey,
time.
there's not too many jobs that be willing to give a young player a paycheck that's overly talking about drug use of this nature. But shouts to the greatest podcast in the world, not just the coolest.
But it's like there's people in the chat that got the same situation.
They all
going
be
on.
doing that. Like
know what I'm saying?
drugs, everybody has their little formula. That's why they're so quick to call it out on me because I put it on blast. Like, hey, this drug.
They're
You
only
want to
able
see
to
drugs?
call it out
Like,
on you is because you give them access to.
cool.
So that's like you're okay with it, so it doesn't hurt.
Hurt.
It is what it is.
Hurt. Like you
No,
feel
but
me?
you know,
Like
some people try to shoot for the low blows, but like he already give you all the low blows about that you can possibly
hey,
give him. Like,
how you
he's
gonna?
like
Hey,
B-Rabbit.
hey, how you?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, B Rabbit. You're like a B Rabbit.
Ralphie, how you finish shoot a low blow? I got head from a midget. You feel me? That's a low blow.
Did you
feel me?
actually?
Hell yeah, and low blow. Midget,
Hell
head from a
yeah,
midget,
hell
low
yeah.
blow. Yeah, but midget top is not to be underrated.
I don't like how he tried to break that down like it was the hardest bar to
It was-
get.
it was-
like it was a low blow job and there's a midget like it was a low like
That's fire.
like, you know like
For my brain to operate at such a high frequency, despite this copious.
No, Lush be having little
Come on,
random
bro.
bars just pop up.
that's
like,
what he does. You battle rap Lush.
Exactly, bro. I'm really outside with it. With that being said, before Josh has a heart attack, the Carter 6 had a dropped last night. Apparently,
I was looking
I
on.
didn't
I was
even-
looking. I didn't hear
Apparently.
it, but I was looking on Twitter. Niggas like, damn, my goat went 2 for 18 or some shit. I'm like, nah, hell no.
Can we see where it's at right now on the chart?
oh, I've already checked that, Chief, and it's still too early for conclusive data. However,
Nah.
as of
It's the first. It's on the first page of Apple Music.
Of course
first
it's on-
new
what-
release.
do you
first
hear what
page.
you're saying?
So it's just so let's see how high it is on the chart. Let's
yeah.
just see. Let's just see.
It's
on,
gonna
on the
now,
Apple chart.
No, so I'd like to make a revision.
artists drop that are nowhere near his legacy.
No,
I
he's
heard it wasn't good.
It's number one all genres right now.
it's
shit.
of course, and it's gonna
That's,
do.
that's a myth. I'm
and it's-
sorry.
No, it's gonna do a lot better. It's gonna
No,
do
it's
a
not
lot.
a myth based off of everybody who had anticipated it, actually probably listened to it, or not listened to it, clicked on the song, or skimmed on the song, or
I'm saying it's a myth because it's number one, but the reactions to it are not like, oh, this is the hottest shit. It's like
Yeah.
it's number one because this is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to
exactly.
tune into
Everybody
it.
trying
No,
to see if it's
exactly.
actually
It's a
like, you know-
legacy act. Lil Wayne is like people that for multi generations that are going to tune into anything he does. We love Wheezy, so everybody wants to hear it. Everyone's going to give it a listen, and it's got enough promotion. I was wrong.
He did a collab with Bake for it.
He did a collab with Bape. I thought it was going to do like 35, 40K. Projections are estimating per my last, when I looked a few hours ago, between 70 and
I was
140.
So we were
First week.
kind of
We were right.
Yeah,
guys
apparently.
heard it or
Bull
no?
was
No,
right.
I
heard
still
it- I heard it
haven't
was
clicked
good.
on it because I saw the track listing. I seen Post Malone and a bunch of other weird ass people.
Wait,
on
who are
there,
the
like-
features? I can't see it from here. What's it say?
Okay, so it says Big X the Plug and Jay Jones. That's really what it says. Oh, this was a weird one. Jelly Roll and Big Sean. I was like, no, thank you. Is it say featuring Bozo?
Bono.
Oh, Bono.
Bono on
what,
the song?
featuring
What
what a
the
huge.
hell?
That's crazy.
Okay, obviously we're not listening to the Bono song. Free 2 Chains, featuring 2 Chains, featuring what's bro's name?
Cameron Carter.
Cameron Carter. That's like his son or
Andrea
something.
Bocelli, Wyclef Jean,
So he's got Andrea
He got
Bocelli, the
Wyclef,
fucking
Fresh, Little Novi,
opera singer.
MGK, and Kodak. These two.
Horrible feature list besides Kodak
Yeah.
and Big X the Plug.
He tried to get tapped in.
Big X was the plug was the most tapped in. I feel like he got.
Yeah, that was the most tapped
like them
in.
other
And
features,
Kodak
it's
too.
like
yeah, no,
you got
but
that.
Kodak's like
Kodak too.
It's the first time he did a song.
But you know, Lil Wayne acts
Probably
like
not.
he don't know
Yeah,
anybody.
no, yeah, exactly. But to have it,
Lil
like
Wayne
Kodak
says
on
that
his
to
album,
avoid the conversations though.
this is apparently a more high profile album.
Lil Wayne, if
Use
he
your lighter.
be on the internet, bro.
Thank you.
You can't say he don't. Everybody be on the internet.
Yeah,
Everybody
You do.
scrolls.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Of
You gonna
course.
see like, oh, this person's viral right now. This person got it. So Lil Wayne is aware of lefty gunplay.
Yeah.
yeah. He's
You
like,
know what I mean?
yeah, he is. But also Wayne's been like always kind of famously aloof, and that's always been his thing, is being disconnected. He's like, I don't watch anything. I don't really care. Like, I'm the biggest star in the world. This is essentially my world. Like, when I can make him like a metaphor right now. If I just see them dumping a bucket of ice on the owner of the Chiefs' head, I'm gonna be like, there's a bar right there. Like, he get, you know what I mean? Like, and that's always what he said. Like, he doesn't. Maybe more so now, but he's always kind of seemed not connected to what's going on, despite when he was relevant or not. Because he's still, even when he's not
I
relevant,
feel like
he's
he
still
didn't
relevant.
talk about what other people had going on, and that's what's kept Lil Wayne at the position he's in. Because it's like you kind of avoid that. Like he got beefs and other shit, but it's like it's not as much as it could be. Nowadays, everybody just beefs with everybody on the internet. You gonna go to a random comment section to see a rapper hating on another rapper.
No, facts. No, but he like, also Wayne sucks at diss tracks, if we're being completely honest, and every single battle he's got into, even with rappers that are significantly smaller statured than him, they
He
still mark
lost the
him
rap
out.
battle to the Dream, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
That
Like,
that was the craziest one right there.
yeah, that's beyond. Like,
Fuck.
but oftentimes, like the outliers, that's kind of like Nelly smoking KRS-One in a rap battle type shit. Like,
Like after I got older and I realized like, oh shit, that was a diss song towards Wayne and that was a song towards Dream. I'm like, I would have never thought these were like hit songs too at the time.
no, for sure. And like, yeah, but there's throwing subs. Mariah Carey marked out Eminem super tough.
Got Gucci Mane on the song too.
Come on.
Gucci Mane was the muscle.
Yeah, Gucci Mane's like, hey, back on up. Guwap got you. I ain't fucking with Guwap.
Eminem
But
wasn't backing down though.
no, and
So I give respect to the white boys for that one. Y'all get some points.
respect
Hell
to the
yeah.
woodpile.
Let's
Let's go.
go.
Run it up for the woods. But to keep it a Yundell, Carter 6, I still ain't heard it yet. Track listing looks like absolute dog shit. I don't even care when I should care. And I wish I wanted to listen to this album, but
I'm gonna listen to it tonight.
I might just stream farm and like run up some numbers by doing a reaction live to it.
I feel like
Like,
as long as we waited for this, it should be way better, though, right?
Did he drop any videos with it?
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
really what's gonna make me know like if this is it.
but I bet you he's rapping his ass off regardless. That's one thing I know about Wayne.
For sure.
He's always gonna rap really, really good. Just like I said, like the Dedication 6 project, technically his metaphors, his bars, his punchlines, he's still up to date more than ever. It's just like I think he's kind of out of touch. And like the track listing looks like it was put together straight out of an A&R's office. There's no grit, there's no trillness. I hope I'm wrong, but
I'm sorry. Look. This is how they have all the bots and they do all the shit. They make shit go #1. But why is his YouTube release? It looks like an Empire artist just dropped a tape on YouTube. It's doing 3.3, 8,000, 10,000. Like,
yeah.
this shit be killing me, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But then, like, for some reason, out of nowhere, that just shows you the power of the major system. But you can't even equate that.
Oh
with,
no. See, the first couple songs was doing like 200,000, and then you get deeper into the track list, and then it gets to like, all right, we stopped listening after song 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
For sure. Well, like normally, and credit to Wayne for people actually still being that interested in his music, because a lot of artists will just take previously released singles that don't have a home and put them on an album. So when the album drops, they already are padded with hella streams. So like they'll chart based on the strength of that.
Yeah.
I don't think Wayne did that. I think
No.
this is like all original material, per my understanding. Could be wrong. I just haven't really.
The streets
listened
say
to
it's
it yet.
not good, though.
he didn't drop
You
any
know?
Yeah.
singles, but he dropped a little like a compilation mixtape last week, right? That's
Okay.
what that
Yeah. Some shit.
Were any of those songs on here?
No, I don't
Yeah.
think so. I don't know. I didn't listen to either.
I don't listen to that shit, so I don't know.
I gotta be honest. I fuck with Wheezy heavy, but I just don't really have
I'm
that much.
gonna go
give
to
it
the
a
live
spin.
mixtapes app on my phone and listen to mixtape Wayne before I listen to this.
Straight up. I
Yeah.
mean,
Fuck.
Yeah.
but that's mean but true. Like
But
he
That's
just
how I
means
feel
it,
about like Gucci.
same
Type
thing.
shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the exact.
I'm gonna
same
go listen
thing.
to like Bird Talk before some of his new shit.
I mean, but what is this new shit? It's
Yeah.
not like he dropped the album
But he
Or
probably
mixtape.
he
But,
probably
But, like
like
even
but he
even
will
when
though.
like the East Atlanta Santa shit came out like a couple years
when he
ago.
was fresh out.
Yeah, I didn't fuck with them.
No,
I feel like that don't really count
No,
Why
since
don't it
he's
count?
been
because he kind of just rounded up all the like the talent and just like, oh yeah, everybody, you know.
well, he was always like trying to put on people. He had Walk before that. He had Thug, and then before
I'm
that,
just saying,
but
I like these fools like older music than I do like their new
no,
music.
for
Like,
sure. Gucci,
Chief
we
Keef,
all,
same thing.
but we all miss, yeah, exactly, because it's the grit. That's what I'm
Bang
talking
2 and
about.
Almighty
We
So.
miss, and it's a fucked up thing, but with rap music, people miss like fat, janky trap house Gucci that's kicking bitches out of cars and fucking like getting random face tats before people was even on it
Yeah.
like that, and just talking like crazy trap shit over
Yeah.
Zaytoven beats. Yeah, motherfuckers miss that, and fools do miss like Finito era or pre-Finito, like really like
talking, like-
Lamron fucking like
yeah, I'm
Chief
talking
Keef,
like
yeah,
Bang when he was living in Chicago still.
type shit,
When
bang
did,
one,
when did,
like
when did Gucci get out of jail?
2016, like
Okay,
May
I
May
don't-
or June
He
2016.
dropped in 2017.
But his
1,
first,
2,
but
3,
but
4.
his first song, but that first day out the feds, I always say that like that
He
first
dropped
song,
11 projects after the return of
he's
East
way more.
Atlanta Santa.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. He's
And,
way,
and I didn't
Not
know.
one of them have I.
I didn't know.
but he's still way more successful because he's had like singles with
For
Drake.
sure,
like
no,
all
for
that's
sure.
been like
sure.
commercially,
No, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
way more.
I'm
But
just saying, like as a fan of these guys, like
Totally.
listening to it, like I'm not.
A body of work that you're putting out to the world.
Yeah,
I'm mad that I wasn't in tune, but it makes sense because it's like you're kind of older now.
Right.
You're not talking about the same things that people, the substance of everything. The type of artist you are is like a nostalgia artist.
Yeah, 100%. That feels like, and that's what I like. That's like a nice, like a meaner way of saying what like legacy artist, I guess. You feel me? Someone
Yeah.
that we
But
remember.
that's like the same. You know what I mean?
It's essentially
Like,
the same thing for sure. But like, I still say that both Gucci and Wayne, despite being kind of played out, Gucci's capable of. You know what was hard?
they're not
What-
played out. They always gonna be cool.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But it's like
But Gucci's had a few bangers here and there. Like that Diss in the Dead song he did was super hard a few years ago. It was like about how Diss in the Dead is bad, but it was called Diss in the Dead. Not that I won't Diss the Dead on the my personal tracks. I'm for sure down for Diss in the Dead. Like, but Gucci made it clear he wasn't after kind of originating it with the Pookie Loke thing and all that. Like, so I thought that was tight. Like on some like just
He's
like
getting older.
yeah, he's getting
Well,
older.
he's
He's
not-
looking
he's-
at shit
He's
differently.
like, stop drinking lean.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Buff Gucci,
buff. Yeah.
white feet
I'm not
up,
putting
power
him down
coupled
at
up.
all. I'm just saying
No.
like the music that I.
It lost its edge.
Yeah.
We miss dysfunctional.
Yeah.
We want artists to be fucked up, fucked in the head, like,
Yeah.
and going through some bullshit. Because like it's just, I feel the exact same way as you,
Yeah.
but it just like once an artist becomes too successful, and like
You
we
broke.
want to see them win, but we necessarily
Yeah,
don't want to hear what they got to
emoji,
say.
bro.
Yeah.
Because they're just like living in lavish wealth. You feel me? Like who gives a fuck at that point? We want to hear people's come ups.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it is. But with that being said, shit, the YSL trial in Atlanta officially wrapped up with no murder convictions. Huge L for the prosecutors and the DA of Georgia, right?
Free everybody that had anything to do with that case.
I think
Big
they
W,
did.
Big W.
I
for
think they did.
YSL.
Yeah, I think
Big
they
W.
did.
Big W for the people who didn't tell and got out.
Facts.
Real ones. Salute.
So Georgia's Georgia's longest trial in state history. The YSL case wraps with no murder convictions. The final defendant pleads to lesser charges.
They was probably getting shit out the way fast back in the
Yeah,
day.
they
It's
just
like-
sending their ass up the
Yeah.
road.
Guilty.
Yeah.
LA niggas fight cases for damn near 10 years.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, I guess their court system's hella different. They have things that we don't have. I don't believe in
It's
Cali-
crazy how you can be not guilty and guilty for 10 years.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
gotta sit down for 10 years to decide if you're guilty or not.
Or like to even like make the decision to like just enter your plea.
That's some fucked up shit.
But I mean, at the end
No,
of the
not
day,
enter your plea. Like you have to sit down until they decide if
Oh,
you're
yeah,
guilty
yeah,
or
yeah,
not.
Yeah.
so like sit in the county. Until,
You get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Where's Wine?
what if I ain't do shit?
Yeah.
He
I
from
gotta
Florida.
put my life on the line. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, exactly. That's a long ass time for sure. Like, and I heard that there. I could be wrong, but like per my understanding, they got different politics completely in their prison. It's just like ran completely different, and
Where
the
in
whole
Georgia?
yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
And
I'm
like
fucking
even
sure.
they're like when people are fighting cases and they have things called dead dockets where they actually release people, but they're still fighting cases type shit. You feel me? But they're released like on house arrest, but not like on some suspended sentences. Like they're still openly. It's weird. They have different like technicalities that California doesn't have. But regardless, they took a huge L here. Shouts to YSL, the people that didn't tell.
free the real.
You feel me? Free the real as always. And shouts to Slime. I think that he's, to me, if Young Thug could easily drop a new banger tomorrow, we'd all listen. Shouts to all of our new members. Make sure you join that membership tier, homie, and fucking pledge your allegiance to No Jumper for only $5 per motherfucking month. You bitch. We got Scam-A-Lot Records. We got The Real J Ray. We got Marlo Jeans from Dump ENT. We got King Reyes 909. We got It's Wreck. We got Juvance Pierre. We got TBG Jeans 007. Boat Rental. Jordan Cole. Josh Martell. Confidential Bugs. Corey Lee. Nick Krim. Generic. LBC Confidential. AKA Bucci Grade. All of them are upgrading to the Whack Pack. Whatever that means, pause. But salute to that. Justin as well. Sushi Main. Easy Money. Damn Homie Show. Shouts to the homegirl Damn Homie. Zozo. We got TTMG Mick with the $5 super chat. Don't ever disrespect Big Sean Lush. BTA, you in a rap battle. Boss your life up and get this money. Swerve. Gucci Loud 805, $5. Bruh, Lil Wayne said he never heard of Mac Dre in an interview. Look it up. How the fuck you never gonna hear about Mac Dre? Fizz in peace to the motherfucking GOAT.
That's
Andre
cap.
Higgs. Yeah, who knows if he really said that? Maybe he didn't hear about Mac Dre. But regardless, he rapped over some of his instrumentals and he showed respect. If he would have known, he would have been like, shit, I don't know who Lil Wayne's heard, who hasn't. Like I said, he's not always the most tapped in.
But you know, Lil Wayne from that era, he probably didn't want to beef with them boys in Kansas City.
Might could have been some politics involved.
Yeah,
You feel
man.
me? Might could have been. Hey, who knows? I can't speak to if. But if he said he never heard of him, shit, I heard of Mac Dre. And he influenced a whole entire region and then some. And there's a people that'll hold Mac. I'd rather hear some new Mac Dre music than some new Lil Weezy. If I'm being 1,000% honest. With that being said, shouts to Lil Wayne in his new album. I wish him much success. Lacewell said the streaming era is missing a single 12-inch and then the album. Album releases need to go back to Tuesdays, not Fridays. Give the DJs time to show people how great the album really is, or could be. Shouts to Lacewell. I agree. You feel me? Let people digest the body of work. Let them feel what's up. It's true. We're not even interested in hearing it. We just looked at the track list and decided, shit, we're not that interested.
But there might be some good music in
There
it.
might be some good music. Yeah.
I ain't seen nothing.
I ain't seen nobody on Instagram.
When anybody that's
like,
random drops, it's one song that you see that's
For
like,
sure.
You get what I'm saying? I don't
For
give
sure.
a fuck if a bad bitch took a picture and you hear a little song in the background. It's like,
Right.
oh damn, what's this song? Oh, this tape just came out. Like that's how you know when somebody dropped nowadays. Like
Hey.
the label got the bitches, the TikTokers, the streamers, and the
maybe
everything
maybe
to go
his
with
team
it.
Maybe his
Facts.
team is just out of touch. Maybe I don't want to put all the blame on Lil Wayne.
Yeah, he could just have a bunch of yes men around him that essentially just like,
We're gonna keep doing what we was doing.
Because really, like, think about this, right? You're Lil Wayne. You're one of the biggest rappers of all time, one of the biggest artists. You've toured the world a million times and back, right? Nobody can tell you shit. You feel me? Someone thinks that they know better than you. How do you know better than me? I'm the biggest star ever. Nobody can tell me shit. So no one's gonna be able to be in his ear and be like, yo, Wayne, redo this song. Or you should feature this artist. Or Wayne, listen to this. Nah, fuck that. I want to go skateboarding. Da-da-da-da. Whatever the fuck you got going on.
Not even just that. Like
I want to play guitar now.
the team that's like, okay, this is how we're gonna market and push your album. This is what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
Why
because-
did you get any of the TikTokers? Why did you get any of like the streamers to just like even just react or say something to it? You don't have to get the Kais and Knots, but you could have got like certain people,
Yeah.
people that
No
got a
Jumper
little
could have
following
reacted to it.
type shit. You know
Like,
what I mean?
But that's like that's the thing that comes with having, and I'm not accusing Wayne of this, but I'm just saying in general that comes with what you're saying as far as like having a lot of yes men around. Because if you have yes men around, they're not gonna. He probably could have fired all the people that would have known to even do that shit. You feel me? Like, yeah, exactly. Like, get the fuck out of here. You're fired. This kid said he can
Does
do.
he still do juice and shit? Like he's sober.
Only
right?
he's sipping, yeah.
Is he known for being that type of like
Volatile?
boss? Like,
I
like,
mean,
you're fired. Fuck it. You said
No.
that. You're gone.
no. In fact, like I've heard, like so per my understanding, is I've known people that have worked for him as like cooks and different things, and I've only heard that he's cool as hell, and never heard actually saying like per my meeting with his team. But when I was around, like
That could do it too. Because when you cool as hell, it's like, all right, this person, they not really doing their job, but like I fuck with them. They've done a lot. My kids like them. They cool. You know, like that's gonna fuck you up just as bad.
like when I met like his team, when I met like Cortez Bryant, who was his business partner, and like they were all like super hip and all that. But that was back in like 2015 when he was
It's
still
a whole
like,
different game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 10 years
it's
ago.
not even the same as it is right now. It's,
no, that's like when like y'all fools were
just
just
more vibes and shit.
It's a different era. It's a different. Y'all were just jumping off the porch, getting successful around that time, and like this fool was like kind of winding down type shit. You know, right? Like,
That's a minute ago.
yeah,
He started to wind down around
Mr. Get
No
No
Ceilings.
2015.
Yeah,
Like,
no ceilings.
No ceilings. Yeah, that's
When he start
because even No
doing
Ceilings too
rock
was
lane,
like
once he decided I'm going to cross over and start riding skateboards and rock music,
Truck
and
fit.
shit, yeah,
Yeah, that probably
that was
started
the
fucking
era
it up.
of
Truck
like,
fit.
oh,
Yeah, it
man,
started
this
fucking
nigga
shit up.
tripping. Like, yeah, you great, but nigga, you on some other shit. That was already supposed to be your identity.
Is,
You wasn't just supposed to jump into that.
Yeah.
is Truck Fit one of the top 5 worst brands in the history
pretty
of
bad,
clothes?
yeah.
Like, here
No,
for being-
it was
it
pretty
was
successful.
very successful.
okay, no, I'm not talking about
Sucked,
success.
though.
I'm not talking about success.
But when you say a brand is good or bad, you have to put success.
have to.
okay, let's quantify success, but let's also take into aesthetic?
Was it hard?
Was it dope?
Was it hard?
That's
Hell
the
no.
question.
You
Yeah,
used to
was
rock
it?
truck fit?
Were you fuck with
I
that?
feel like they tried to spin on like certain streetwear brands that were popping at
Like
the time.
Diamond and
That shit was
Like,
whack.
So y'all was wearing, y'all was in the truck fit?
Me,
That
I
shit
was
was
on
whack.
some- We was always wearing some other shit. Like,
Okay.
we was wearing what everybody wasn't wearing.
But you do enjoy streetwear.
All I wear is streetwear.
Okay.
I'm more of a streetwear type of dude. I wouldn't consider that a streetwear. That was
Streetwear's
like,
a skate brand, but made
that's
for
what he
like.
said it was, nigga. But I'm saying like that was like some rapper merch. Like that was like, oh, Lil Wayne dropped the clothing. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
like you're from like
Yeah.
in the
I didn't look
country.
at it as like a-
I don't never thought
brand.
Truck Fit was like a streetwear brand.
Yeah.
Okay, so really, it's like
You
a
can't
brand
just
for
throw
like.
something in it. The streets
Okay.
have to accept it as a streetwear brand before you can just be like,
It
oh,
for
that's
sure
streetwear.
was
No,
just
no.
Lil Wayne's
You're right.
merch.
You're right. But okay, so what would be the difference between a truck fit and like let's say a Last Kings?
That would be similar.
Yeah,
Shit.
very similar.
So Last Kings
Very
is,
similar.
Last Kings isn't a streetwear brand. It's more like a mainstream
Tiger
type
brand.
of shit
I
to
would-
be in
I would put it-
Tilly's.
That's some shit I thought
Okay.
was Tiger shit.
So
Like,
there's
oh,
no
Tiger,
so
period.
I thought
so
it was
you're saying
Tiger's
there's no
brand.
comparing off a lot of cough syrup to
No,
something
you
like
Dub is off the porch.
Okay,
from the
okay.
truck, from
Oh,
the,
I would
he wasn't
interesting.
rapping and then became
I
a
would
popular
compare-
person.
Truck Fit and Last Kings to like Young and Reckless.
some
Young and Reckless is a
mainstream
skater.
MTV.
Yeah, but that
Young
was
Reckless,
truck
he was
fit.
outside.
They're all in
was
the
not- nah, that was not-
I see
No,
why
it's
you was
not.
No,
saying
let me
that.
tell you why
That
it's
shit was
not.
wild.
Let me tell you why it's not. Because them niggas was outside in the field skating, cleats on the ground, doing
Nah,
with his
that shit
skater
was-
type shit, bro. Them niggas was
Nah.
What you mean? Nah.
Hey,
They
no.
was-
Nah.
Hey,
I don't give a fuck if they was on MTV and before they was on MTV, they was skating hard doing what they was doing.
Nah.
Bro. He tried to jump into a lane that wasn't the bro. Come on, bro. He tried to jump into the skater
That was
lane
like
and just
white
say,
boy
"This is
surfer
skater
type.
wear."
Yeah,
Like,
that
no.
was like nah.
That was
that
a streetwear type.
that was
like
not
Pac
Young and
Sun.
Reckless
skater
was
wear.
like
Young and Reckless is skatewear.
nah.
No, that's white boy MTV Rob Diedrich, skater Jason,
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
skateboarder Jason.
No.
Skate is a part of the
Skateboard
brand.
Jason, skateboard
Skate is a
Jason.
part of the
People that
brand.
thought
I'm
like,
saying-
ooh, skaters
White-
are cool.
I'm
Like,
saying skaters are cool.
It's
Let's try to make
rebellious
some
white
shit that
boy
they might
alternative
wanna
gear
wear.
circa
Whoa.
2011.
How do you think I wear the brands I wear? Because I'm a skater. So those
Yeah,
are
yeah,
the
yeah.
brands that
It's
come
a ska-
across.
like I said,
the
skateboard
skater,
adjacent.
like you guys don't skate, so you wouldn't.
What are you-
understand it.
What are you talking
I mean,
about?
If you
Yeah.
do, then you understand it from like a.
I
for
do.
sure,
Like,
but, like-
yeah, you're right.
I'm a
So,
bro.
so is a skateboard adjacent is related
I'm-
to skating. Skating is part of the brand. But
It's a culture thing when
Yeah.
it comes to streetwear, bro.
Yes.
So-
It's a culture thing.
okay,
Lil Wayne
cool.
can't just start rapping and be like,
No, but-
"Yeah, it's a
What did I
streetwear.
start?
It's a skater
That's
brand."
amazing. That's amazing. No, so check
Lil
in.
Wayne
So let
skates,
me
so
ask you guys a
skater.
question.
No. He was rapping ass nigga from Louisiana and the trenches on the block in the projects.
who?
Weezy.
We talking about Lil Wayne. We compare
Okay, yeah,
Truck
yeah, yeah.
Fit
Truck
to,
Fit.
to Young and Reckless.
Okay.
Your boy was putting cleats on the ground, busting knees. Your boy just jumped up and said, "This is a
But
skater brand." Now, if Lil Wayne would have named it like an urban streetwear brand, like it was like some. But if you saying like it's a skater,
Let me ask
streetwear
you guys a
brand,
question. If there was a podcast that was dedicated to streetwear and fashion, or at least was a big part of the
I'll
podcast,
be on that podcast.
okay, you should be.
You should learn.
You should be. But I got a question. Would you think it would be foolish of them to equate a brand like Last Kings, which is clearly a mainstream retail brand,
Bro.
to something like Awful Lot of Cough Syrup? Simple yes or no question.
Like, would you
I already
compare?
answered that question. A-Lo started from the black T-shirt in the trenches. It had to build up.
But you don't think that T-Rail started
T-
building?
Man, I thought that was
Last Kings
Tiger
from the-
brand from the start.
Yeah, I thought that was.
I don't care
Nah,
what
but
you're
there's a lot-
talking about.
There's a lot of blood, sweat,
When
and
that
tears that
brand
went
came
into
out-
building Last
When that
Kings.
brand came out, I
There's
was
a lot
like,
of blood,
Tiger-
sweat, and tears.
Yes,
I
that's
respect
cool.
it.
If he was a part of it, yes, that's cool and all. But I'm saying, like,
Interesting.
when the brand came out, it had all this weight. Oh, Tiger dropped the new brand.
Yeah,
Last
but
King,
same thing with
pyramids
Young and
shit.
Reckless.
When
Tiger,
Dub dropped
Chris
the brand,
Brown type shit.
what? No, because no, it's not the same because your boy went through phases, bro. He did work with DC. He did work with all these
But that-
different,
Young and
different
Reckless
brands, and he
isn't-
decided,
Young and
yes, I'm
Reckless-
going to make a brand for
Young and
my-
Reckless isn't Rob Dudek's brand though; it's his cousin's brand.
But that's why he made a brand for his cousin.
So what's the difference between being a
But it
nepotism
was
brand of a
definitely attached to
cousin
him.
with a
So
with a?
you put Young and Reckless and FTP in the same category.
No, I wouldn't.
Neither would I.
I would put it more like in
Neither
like
would
in the
I,
diamond
sir.
category. Like,
Neither would
no,
I.
I wouldn't do that either.
I would put it like in
No,
a
not at all.
Castle.
It was a Pac
in a
Sun type.
Yes, because bro, all these other brands. Nah, bro, there was never.
You're gonna see all
Will
those
you ever see an awful lot of cops that have been packed, son,
Where do you
right
think
now?
you're gonna
He's
see
not
that merch?
selling out.
Exactly.
You're gonna see some younger
Exactly.
records.
That's a good
where
thing.
Some diamond, some fucking at Tilly's.
Some shit that was cool 15 years ago.
And zoomies and
I used to
it's
shop
the same
at-
type of like. Come on, bro.
Now you get more money that way, but it's look. Hey, by the way,
that's when it's like, oh, that shit ain't part of the culture no more.
I feel bad.
No,
that
that's
I
when
did
they
it like
cross
this,
over.
but hey,
But they started already so high. They didn't have to cross over.
So Last Kings didn't have to cross over the same barrier that awful lot of cops are.
No, it's two different things.
Yes.
Dub was in the fucking parking lot.
Dub is
And before the parking lot, he just had fucking
Dub is
black
still hustling
t-shirts.
to this day.
Right
Now.
Right now,
Dub
he's
is-
working
is-
and the brand is still going.
is
Pushing.
driving around somewhere in LA trying to make something happen to push the brand. Last Kings, they was just dropping, doing shit.
What's in there?
See, but if we talking about street skater brand, no, y'all niggas, y'all tripping,
BBL?
bro. Especially
Oh.
so-called skaters.
Young and reckless.
Yeah, young.
I'm saying as a skater, as me
What is
skating, as my whole life, Younger Records
Tequila?
has been Younger Records.
Because it was in PacSun, it was accessible for the community.
I don't give a fuck
They
about
put
no
PacSun in every mall.
When the Prince was
so,
printed,
hold on. Let me ask you guys a
LRG
question.
too, I would put
Hold on. Let me
LRG
ask you guys a
in
question.
LRG.
So hold on. So
There-
was the streets of LA when you guys were like 12, 13? And I'll say you for the Bay because I know you grew up in the Bay. 12, 13 years old. You feel me? 14, 15 years old. Was Last Kings like a jointed up brand?
Fuck
you were
no.
Like, oh, I
bro,
wanna
it was
wear?
just
It
a
was-
brand
it
that
was-
we
it was
thought was
viral.
Tiger's brand.
It was viral because it was.
Did you
Tiger
wear
and
it?
shit.
Yeah, I probably wore a shirt or two.
Okay.
Never.
I'm not gonna say
I-
like, I went to
I-
Melrose and got it. It probably just came across me and I put it on.
Came across me as funny as fuck.
I'm saying
Yeah,
like
no, I
shit
feel
just came across. Shit just landed in nigga lap back then. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so can you compare ice cream to truck fit? Because they're both.
No,
Ex-
ice
no,
cream,
except for
ice
ice
cream
cream's
is a
raw
part
as
of
fuck
the-
though,
is-
and it's
exactly.
a straight
It's a
skate
part of the
brand from
culture,
like
bro.
But they both,
yeah,
they both
yeah.
came from a
Nah,
rapper.
no.
Look,
No,
I'm not
they
gonna
both came
lie.
from a rapper.
I'm not
Bro,
gonna lie.
Come on, bro. We're
Like,
not
I'm-
gonna do this fucking truck fit ice cream comparison. We not doing this.
I don't know. I
No,
think
no,
we
about
both
their
got some hot
status, the
takes.
status in the culture. Because
You agree with everything I said. I know that.
their status in the culture as a
But
skate
see,
brand.
look, you notice two people are agreeing on themselves. Y'all, the culture, nigga.
He's not wrong about anything he said.
This the culture,
What,
nigga.
what did he say
Like,
that was
what
wrong?
are we talking
Like,
about,
no,
bro?
literally
We talking
nothing
about
he
the
said.
culture, bro.
I feel bad.
Culture, bro.
How old are you?
Yo, drip is the culture, bro. And you older than me, bro.
No, how old are you?
Yeah.
Yo, drip is the culture. Yo, drip, culture.
Hey, no,
The culture
every-
right now.
He is,
Everything,
yeah.
everything you
Bass
said,
says-
everything. Yeah, I know, but
But
exactly.
y'all,
I'm a,
man.
no. Everything you said is right.
Crazy.
I feel bad because I don't but I just wanted your guys' opinion about this because it was something that was on my mind.
No, it's all jokes.
From what? No, it's not jokes at all.
These are internet
This is-
narratives.
This is
these are- these-
1,000% the
For
truth.
someone who doesn't
Like-
care
And the
about
fact-
this beef or whatever, I'll just say like Last Kings was not it. I don't think it never
Last
was.
Kings, I'm sorry.
It
no
not.
disrespect.
If it's
it
a
never had
beef
as
or
much
anything,
pull as
yeah,
I don't feel like it's
I'm
a
sorry.
It's
beef.
not a beef.
Because like when you're dealing with clothes, like bro,
That shit was never hot.
It's like
Never.
It was
okay.
still be hot to
Tiger
this
made
day.
the brand, right?
No, it never was.
Or no, look. Tiger and T-Rail, they were a part of the brand. Let's just look at it like this, right? What rappers were wearing it?
Do I have to be?
Dub has the streets. Every rapper in a chokehold. You look on YouTube, every rapper is wearing it. Okay,
I was
back,
wearing it yesterday.
back then, okay, if you have the consumers, which are fans
right
wearing
now.
it, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, it's fans. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are people that shop because they seen it and they thought it was cool. Now, when you get a rapper to put something on, like it's high fashion and it's like, this is the hottest thing, it's a big difference.
People want to play games and play politics. I'm gonna just say like this: he had a few hits back in the day. He had some cool music back in the day. I owned the hat from the 187 drop from Last Kings. I randomly got it at the mall. Type of shit came across it. You feel me? It came across me. Whatever the fuck it was. With that being said, Tyga essentially is a horrible, from like a street perspective, artist. Like he's a
It was
cool
a- it was a
he's a
hype
cool
beast
pop
brand.
beyond hype beast, and I understand the whole snapbacks and tattoos era and all that post jerk shit that he was doing, and like he brought the California sound to a more mainstream place. Yes, and was like when a time when West Coast artists weren't selling, he was
Tyga did
selling
his thing
nationally.
on the music
He did his
side, but
thing.
that's two
He did
different
his thing.
lanes.
But like Rack City is still to this day an amazing song. Love that record. But with all that being said, with all that being said, was never a part of what Ralphie described, the culture whatsoever. Nobody ever gave a fuck about that.
No.
His rhymes inspired nothing. It's bottle service, club music, like background noise for thotties to fucking choose up when they like have a fake ID too. I'm lying? Tell me I'm wrong right now.
I was one of them brands where it's
Hey
like,
man,
oh,
I'm not putting anything on anybody like that.
You want to be a part of the culture, but your shit is kind of like
you know,
type shit.
But if we're
You're
going
trying
off
too
of
hard, it's
brands
not working.
based off
exactly.
of clothes,
You trying to do
You're
something.
you're trying to be a part of this culture, and it's just not
You're
organic.
the people that get kind of like.
and then it went with the whole.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you're the
like,
people we
not
make
trying
fun
to,
of.
like-
And then around the time it went with the whole little Illuminati pyramids and shit. So it was like, you know, some people were on they like, ooh,
But what are you
pyramids and
saying
shit.
about cough syrup?
Cough syrup is the complete opposite of that.
Oh,
Like,
it's amazing.
that's
cough
an
syrup,
out.
yeah.
That's an out the.
Cough
You
syrup
watch
is
the
the culture
culture
right
brand,
now.
like-
over time in your face.
Yeah.
Like cough syrup is out the mud.
I remember,
self-made.
bro, I bought-
and it's considered like when people come from out of town, all these like rappers when they like visit from Arkansas,
They
and
pull up.
they go to the
I
cough
remember
syrup
when
store to buy. I've had
Young
homies.
Thug pulling up to the cough syrup store.
I remember when
I'm saying
before-
like if Dub's there, it's like a line around the block type shit. Like, but I'm saying like
before
like,
it was cough syrup, it was Juice Man.
Fools will call in. Fools will call in from the Bay or different places. Will hit me up and be like, "Yo, when's the new?" I was like, "I don't know when the fuck like the new extra. I'm not like that tapped in. Maybe I should be. You feel me? Like
Should be, yeah.
But like,
Why aren't
like,
you?
Because I try my best. You feel me? But there's so much going on.
All
Like
this weekend,
Yeah,
you should
this,
pop out.
this tomorrow we gotta pull up.
so, for example, tomorrow in
7669 Melrose. There's gonna be a pop up at the cough syrup
Oh,
store.
and today we got to pop up too on Rosewood and Fairfax.
Oh,
That's cheap.
7907
Rosewood at the
Rosewood
cheapest
Avenue.
store.
ain't that convenient? You feel me? Same.
I almost forgot about that.
Oh shit.
There we go. So with that being said, I think a lot of people know
I
what
think
to do.
Chiefin has as much motion as
Yeah.
Last Kings had,
No,
And that's
what?
on the
Like,
street
And,
scale.
and he's
like,
just doing his thing.
and he's just.
I
like,
mean,
shout out
no,
to
so
Diddy.
Yeah.
now we're gonna
overnight too. like-
we're gonna look biased for saying it, but like what I'll say is this: cool factor wise, it's not even close. You feel me? Like what
No, not
people
even
think
close,
is like
yeah.
a dope brand or what. If I see somebody wearing some Chief and I'm like, oh, they know the truth. This guy's probably
I
cool.
mean, I feel like the
Da-da-da.
night.
If I see someone in some Last Kings, I'm like, oh, you got this at Tilly's. Tight. You must
You
be
kinda
real fucking
washed
fun
up.
at parties. Like, no, even
Yeah.
back then, even at its height, I'm saying like,
I would just think like you're kind of like gay.
Oh
That-
my
I'm
God.
not gonna
I'm
say
not
all
even
that,
saying all
bro.
that.
I'm
I
saying
fucked
that.
with the brand as when it did its thing.
It was
Nah, never,
successful.
never,
No, I'm
never,
saying
never,
it never,
never.
it never was
Never.
like the thing in the streets like that. I need to get though. It wasn't Diamond. It wasn't 10 Deep. It wasn't.
Okay,
Bape,
when
it
I was
wasn't-
at-
it
it wasn't
wasn't.
the hype
It wasn't
shit
Pink
out.
Dolphin. It
Hold-
wasn't. It wasn't fucking.
Fucking-
Hudson,
or even
it wasn't-
hundreds, or
Like,
even
I'm talking about
hundreds,
these.
like-
And these brands are not even like. But
you
these
know what I'm
are
saying?
like
Back in like 2009.
10
What-
Deep.
what-
It
yeah,
wasn't like.
a black scale.
Yeah,
you feel
right.
me? Like
Even, I think Black Pyramid might have even did a little like hit the streets.
black
a little.
scale was
Yeah,
like
Black
a,
Scale was, that
was a
was
cracking
like one of
indie
them,
brand.
Like, oh, that's cool.
and like, but I know what you're saying. Like, oh, it's not the fucking like R.I.P. Yeah,
Like,
it's
it
like
was
the
just
fucking Blackout Boys
It
collab
was
jersey.
good for his
Like,
consumers.
yeah, 100%.
I was wearing
So like it's
I was
not
wearing-
saying that, you know.
Spitfire, Thrasher, Huff.
all fire skate brands. R.I.P.
I wasn't
Huff.
wearing Diamond because by that time it wasn't cool to me really because everyone was wearing that shit. That was like the fucking fit. In
A
SoCal.
slept on brand was Fresh Jive, by the way, and they had a
Fresh
crack.
Jive.
Yeah, and they had a crack in that store on Fairfax back in the day.
And then I
That
would
was
wear
lit.
like
that half the fools from Odd Future worked at. before.
random fucking Goodwill shirts. I was never on like Last Kings.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
It
yeah,
was,
never.
It had its own motion.
It was
It
good for
did.
his
It had
consumers.
its,
But
it had
just
its fan
like-
base.
That fan base and that type of person, that character archetype was just like
That wasn't the culture.
ugh.
No, I know. I understand a lot of people wouldn't understand what we're saying because
A lot of
You
people
had to be
definitely
there.
understands.
You had
know
to
that-
be there.
It ain't pretty
But-
hard.
no, it's not hard to understand. But you gotta. But Ralphie, you take for granted the fact that you're from LA.
Oh yeah.
You're fashionable.
Yeah.
Like you're a rapper. Like you're into different cultures and trends. Like, and you know what's going on, and you've been that way like your whole life. A lot of these
I'm a
people.
skater dude.
You're a
man.
skater, dude. All that. So all these fools, some of them are from different places that might not be as tapped in. So some of them they have to seek it out. And shouts to all the people from those places that knows what's up because they don't have it cheap and heavily in a cough syrup store in their town. They don't have like this.
But they
these-
want it.
They want
the
it though,
difference.
but some of them don't even understand like what it feels like. So the different very.
I'm saying the
why
money-
like they might it might sound like we're hating.
Something
is
I
my
noticed
point.
traveling, and I'm sure you guys notice it all the time, is just when you go to other places, people are just like stuck in a trend from like years ago.
You know how much fake awful lot of cough syrup they got in every single city, in every single mall in America? We've been to 40 plus states. And
Yeah, for sure.
They got
Like
awful
he just
lot of
tried
cough
to
syrup.
hand tap me. I
Nah,
didn't get
I
my
was like,
throw back. Like,
It was a bit of an aggressive throw.
I don't think they were
Nah,
doing
I'm just
that.
talking shit.
I don't think they were doing that with Last Kings.
No.
They got bootleg awful lot of cough
I
syrup.
mean, let's
every
just
mall.
start like.
No.
Yeah, then I've never.
There
seen
might
that,
have
yeah.
been some bootleg Last Kings, but that doesn't
But-
not in the same way.
Nah.
Not in the same way. Not like
The
next to the
volume
fake
that
Louis
awful
V.
lot of cough syrup is doing it is astronomical.
On top of that, like, there's like a huge quality difference. I remember seeing a Last King shirt, and it was just like, not it, compared to like Dub's able to.
But you know, shit like
get a
that.
nice
But-
ticket.
but
So
it's
what would you?
nice?
So let me ask
The
y'all this.
times, the cost.
So
Yeah.
here's a real question. What would you rather be? An entrepreneur that potentially makes millions of dollars with, and we don't need to say Last Kings, but a brand of that caliber, Young and Reckless, whatever, any of these more mainstream
They're like fast
brands,
fashion. Like,
what would you rather do? Own one of those brands and make a lot more money, or still make a significant amount of money and own a more like cutting edge, fashionable brand that has cool points forever?
latter.
Dub is a millionaire right now.
I understand that.
The latter.
That's why I said like yeah, I understand that.
latter.
And I
Some
wasn't.
people
I'm
sell
not
too
just talking
early
about
because people
Dub.
throw
To be
numbers
clear,
in front of
But,
there's like
But
yeah,
like that,
you feel me?
'cause-
Like,
but
but
that's
yes.
the other side of the argument. It's like an
It is.
entrepreneur like that.
And to be fair, Dub is actually the outlier in this conversation because most people that enter this, not to say you can't become a Dub, but 99.999% people are not going to be Dub. You know what I'm saying?
That's not
like
going to
he's-
happen overnight.
That's what I'm saying. So like
I'm grateful to watch two of my homies just wake up and just do it overnight, and then just like it just happened.
well, yeah, but
Yeah.
and that's due to
Like, you
foundations.
don't see that happen like too much.
Now I will say like Tupac said, right? Like I might not change the world, but I'll spark the mind that does, and then winds up inspiring someone like Kendrick that is still influencing rap 30 years later type shit. So yeah, that's kind of the way influence goes. With that being said, we do appreciate this, and this is a severely different subject, but it's on everybody's mind. So back to the Diddy trial. Oh gosh, this crazy. Diddy's trial victim number 2 had this to say apparently.
They drew.
Look like one of our employees. I'm not gonna say who.
what?
No, it was Brandon's beard joke. It obviously doesn't look like
The
him.
way most nights. Today is day 18 of Diddy's trial. Victim number 2, who's going by Jane Doe, is back on the stand, and she talks about the one time she went to Vegas with Diddy on his plane. They were going to an event that Diddy was hosting, but the night ended the way most nights do, with what she's calling entertainment. She explained that Diddy would call her his freak, and that would mean that he wanted her to be wild. It became a role where she had to play, one where she no longer recognized herself in. Jane then talks about protection and how she asked Diddy on multiple occasions if entertainers could use it, and he said no. The reason being, he did not want to see rubber while he was watching. She wouldn't just ask him during these nights. She said she would try outside of the hotel rooms when they were sober during private moments, but he would be condescending and guilt trip her out of it. He then played one of the videos. And you could
Guilt
hear
tripped her out the
asking
pussy
guy
is
to use
crazy.
protection, and Diddy interrupted, and they continued without it. Prosecutor asked her, "Why didn't you just say no?" And she said he would get agitated. She then talked about how he would direct these nights and how substances were always there, like X, Molly, Snow, and a pink powder she believes was
right
called,
now.
like,
You
just set up a
I don't know if I can say that. He, on the other hand, would do exactly what he did with Cassie. He would watch, he would film, and he would make himself happy. He would then explain how things would end, which I don't even feel comfortable saying, so I'm just leaving that on the screen and you guys can read it. Asked how many rounds she did in one night. She said every entertainer was different, but usually 3. She said they would last from 18 to
basically they
30
was selling
hours.
pussy
She was
and now
crying
they
while
snitch.
talking about this, and she was asked what would she
Like,
say
on
to
the
tell
real
him that
scale,
she wanted to
like,
stop.
right.
She
And
felt
she said, I
uncomfortable in the room when she was watching some prostitutes do
So,
their job.
like, cause like you did,
She did it all.
they was basically selling pussy, and then like now it's like, oh, it's a money lick. Oh shit, now I'm fuck it, shit. It was a horrible, traumatic
Yeah,
situation.
I didn't
I
know.
fucked 10 niggas that day,
Oh,
but
man.
it wasn't traumatic after the first nigga you fucked, bitch. Like it wasn't like like it was just you just sat there and just like oh next nigga, oh cool. Where did they have guns to your head? Was it like you were getting paid? You went home and you spent that money on your bills.
Fair exchange. That's the
You
going
went
with.
home and you blew. You get what I'm saying? Like you
didn't
took
feel
care
bad
of
after you spent
everything
that
that you
money.
had to take care of. So when you were selling pussy, now I'm not agreeing with everything, but all these bitches and motherfuckers coming out of nowhere, just like, yeah, it was. Oh, I did 5 niggas that day, and it was crazy. Like, yeah,
that's
like,
it.
I don't know their rounds that they wanted to do. Like, damn, bitch. Like,
I mean, at the same time, every thotty apparently got their threshold, huh? So at a certain point,
you might feel intimidated. You might have this. You might,
yeah, there's obvious different things at play. That's why it's not good.
if
to,
you went back to the 3rd freak off to get paid again, and then the 4th one, and then you did another job the next time, and then the next time, there weren't no good. You needed that money to pay for your daily lifestyle.
You thought this was easy money.
Now this is correct, but if we're looking at it from a legal standpoint, the laws are that anything that like it's so easy to get people wrapped up. To me,
I'm saying for the people that's getting on the stand, that's like,
yeah, no. As far as that goes, this like they're clearly gonna use whatever they can to bury him. And like I said this several weeks ago on the pod, like him going down for something like money laundering and things like that is gonna be way easier for them to get an actual conviction, because like what they have as far as evidence is super flimsy, and these stories the way they're painting the quote unquote so-called victims are not very like, it's not making them look that good. No offense, and I don't want to victim blame, and I don't like, I've never been in that circumstance where
everybody
so I can't.
that seemed like they were a victim were a part of the shenanigans.
I mean,
when you really hear it,
When you listen to them, they was like, oh yeah, this day it was like, it was, and then they seemed like they could tell the shit real detailed.
And
Not
then we
like
went
they
back
were
for a week.
like.
well, I mean, so like the testimony also keeps changing, and I know part of that is like the way that the evidence is being introduced. But it started out, they were saying like, oh shit, like the freak ops were this. We thought it was hella people there, and it was like unicorns and all kinds of weird shit, and people getting drugged and people get against their will and all this like different things going on. You feel me?
I don't really get that against your will type shit, because it's like,
I don't agree with any drugging or
no. That's all bad.
Forceful
That's all
into
bad.
anything, but the bitches that had 10 freak offs, at least 30 of them. You're not that innocent in my eyes. I don't care. You were selling.
You were there
pussy,
for a reason.
You were getting paid, and you did your job. Like, carry on, bitch.
No,
like,
but that's the whole
Carry
thing.
on, bitch.
So we all had no, you're not wrong, but we had this whole vision of it being that way. But then all the initial testimony came out that is just Diddy getting cucked out with another guy. You feel me? Like, it's just all the sex workers were like other dudes, fucking Cassie. You feel me? And then
so Cassie was just like, was this like some shit like, yeah, Diddy, his shit don't work no more. So like, Cassie need her.
No, that was
her tune up.
just the
You know,
freaky shit he
no,
liked.
but I'm saying like
That's
that.
just the
Cassie
freaky
need her
shit
tune
he
up.
liked.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He was still getting off to the shit.
Yes.
So like he was.
Yes.
He just liked that shit.
That's what
Yes.
he was into. That was his fetish.
Like,
yeah.
Diddy on some freaky shit, bro. Like I said, bro, you gotta be a real freaky ass nigga to just be like, yeah, I don't want to watch porn through the TV. Like, yeah, I'm about to just
I want the
sit-
live.
I'm
I
gonna
want
live
live.
porn in front of me.
And I want to record it so I can watch it later. This
Yeah,
might be a
yeah.
good one.
right.
Like, nah, bro, that shit is weird.
What the
But
fuck?
it's just so crazy the way that things always change with the new evidence and all that shit. But shouts to Shorty with her story and all
Shout to
that.
Diddy.
Shouts to Diddy.
I don't think we're
I
shouting
didn't
out
say.
Diddy.
I said
don't
shouts
think
to Shorty with her story. You feel me? Like the girl that was talking about it. I don't know anything else, bro. I was just on the screen. But apparently, 50 Cent baby mama testified against Diddy too, and admitting that Diddy made her do freak offs with him from 2021 to 24.
She was
So
doing
she
it for
was-
3 years, bro.
She was doing for 3 years. See, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
kind of what
You
we
was
just said.
getting-
That. We just
So
said it.
you
know
were
how
getting
many people had
forced
a
to
gun
do
to your
freak
head?
offs for
Yeah.
3 years.
You know how
Like,
many people you talk to in 3 years that are giving you a different perspective and might be like, hey, that might be.
You know
a
what?
freak
I don't
off,
think
you
that's
should
smart.
chill.
This
Yeah.
isn't healthy. You should step away. She
She
get
was
away
like,
from
nah,
this.
I'm getting my money.
What?
This good.
50 bands this day. What?
Come on, you should come too.
You want some money, right, bitch? Like,
Yeah, you want some money, bitch.
But then
Nah,
that's
for real.
another victim right there. Like,
fuck it is.
So apparently, this fool, one of the all-time greats, Aubrey Graham, aka Drake, he's got a new album on the way. What are y'all expecting from Drake on Iceman? What I'm wrong for saying that Drake is one of the all-time greats?
Yeah.
How am I wrong?
He's one of the
How,
greats.
how am I fucking wrong for saying
Yes,
that?
yeah.
The longest run.
Like,
He's had a run
Yeah.
since 2009 type shit.
look,
Longer.
Like,
I'm not saying that. Like, I honestly, here's the thing.
I just don't listen to Drake.
I
you don't have
love
to listen to him to
To-
give him
to-
to
no,
tell him
to
he
You
give him
had your
flowers,
phases
yeah.
of listening to Drake.
Everybody-
Exactly.
I don't care.
everybody was
Yeah.
off Drake at
Yeah.
one point.
just like Wayne. That's why we can't fully shit on Wayne and Wayne.
But see, Drake never exited the conversation.
no, he didn't.
Drake
did it.
never took a break, and he might have took a year off, 2 years off.
Niggas be like, he got writers, but shit, everybody got writers. Why they shit ain't doing numbers?
Now, obviously, Kendrick's way more, quote unquote, the culture that you were talking about earlier. It's like he's way more of the culture. But
I mean,
Is he?
But
is he? Is
in a lot of
They're
ways,
both in the same
Yeah,
realm. If
they're
you
both
if you say
industry
it like
artists.
that,
They're
like,
they are. But
the
but
culture
Kendrick,
is different. Who
it
culture?
is no. But listen, like when I say
So you
of the
saying the
culture,
streets was
Yes.
like riding around off that
well, Good Kid, Mad
they
City
was
is
off
definitely
Drake more than
That,
come
that
on.
was about to be my point. That was literally what I was about to say. And not only that, Drake
I
touched.
fuck with both as industry artists.
Yeah,
Both
I agree.
Culture is different, bro.
But here's the thing: you're right.
You have to
But
have
Drake-
underground success
But
for the culture.
so
Yes,
Drake.
yes,
Here's the
then
thing.
after you had
Yes.
underground success, then you graduate. You still kind of part
Yeah.
of the culture until you do something to where you're not a part of the culture.
Not
but
You're right. You're right. But here's the thing: Drake always had his ears so much of the streets. He's putting fools on from every region way before they're even commercially successful and super cracking. He doesn't do it too often, but when he sees a Draco or he sees a Lil Baby, like he was doing records with these guys before they even had reached their pinnacle yet.
no
he's
facts. He's
you know what I'm saying?
He's hip.
Drake was
Like,
the first
He
one
be
with,
on the
with a
battle
stimulus
rap, all the
package.
shit. He's
Exactly.
a fan of music.
Yeah. And not only that, he definitely had industry connects from the beginning, but he was like doing the indie thing in Toronto. He was like an underground artist. He was tapped into the culture. The people that are close to him were super tapped in. That's how The Weeknd got signed. That's how even artists that didn't wind up cracking off like McConan and shit didn't like things like that. He still had them signed to him and shit.
You can
He
say
still-
Drake helped the culture.
Super, yeah, exactly, because he was in a position where he couldn't directly be from it, considering just like how he
From
grew up.
Canada, he's
Exactly.
Jewish and, you
Yeah,
know,
all of that. But he still
It'll be like
was,
Justin Bieber, like, you know what
type
I'm saying? Like,
shit.
Yeah.
He fucks with the culture. He tips his hat. Like, you know.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, and that's like, and that's very different from Kendrick, who's like from Compton, which is way closer to where the culture is created and things like that. He's like way more of the culture, just based on that alone. You know what I'm saying? Like based on his upbringing alone, like
Yeah, you can
But-
be, yeah, he's born in, yeah.
that's like the primary difference. But despite that, Drake is still. And here's the other thing about Drake, and I call it down the middle. I've been on like leaning towards Kendrick's side this whole time, and people might think that I'm like looking down on Drake. I'm not, because in reality,
I don't have a side. That's gay.
no, exactly that. I'm on the side of what's dope and what I think is hard. You feel me? And that's it. And but Drake, he really did like touch so many different scenes worldwide. Like all of a sudden, to me,
Can't
like
go in the club without hearing it.
even like there's one point he was on the charts in several different countries at the same time and several different genres of music. He was on the world music charts, he was on the UK charts, he was on the US, he was on the R&B, he was number one on all the different charts. You feel me? And like nothing like that had ever been done type shit. Like his like reach across the world, you can't really compare it to anybody else.
First of all, he's already an artist that's from Canada, so his
Yeah.
audience is already originally from there.
regionally, yeah.
And then you get what I'm saying, he jumped over here, and now his audience is over here. So
And
it's
Toronto,
by far, just the reach is crazy.
yeah, and Toronto's a super diverse city, just the way like LA is, but
Mhm.
they have completely different ethnicities. Like you'll
So,
go,
It's just like even if
you know what I'm saying? Like
even
the type
if the
of
Americans
people.
try to like
all different shit.
boycott, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like he still
Indian
has a
people.
whole Canadian fan base that is just like, yeah, we fuck
Not
with
even just the Canadian.
No, I'm
fan
just
base.
saying like
When-
that's where he come
when
from. So.
when Drake drops his album, all the girls gonna be off it on their
No,
Instagram
facts.
stories.
Yeah.
Okay,
You-
so
you're not gonna miss a song on the Drake album. You
No,
gonna know when
facts.
Drake dropped.
and I'm not gonna lie, and this is gonna be like a wild take, and you guys are probably gonna be like, but since So Far Gone, which was his like debut mixtape that Best I Ever Had was on, which to me is like my favorite body of work of his, like that to me is like his magnum opus classic. Take Care is right up there as well. I'll say that's like a legitimate hip hop classic. You put that up with Jay-Z and Nas albums like throughout the greatest of it's in that conversation type shit. It's maybe like one tier below it. You know what I mean? But with that being said, like my favorite album of Drake is honestly Nevermind, which is like his house album. And that shit like still goes crazy to this day. Like that shit sounds super contemporary and just like I'll bang that shit like on some like when you're partying like with your girl and like her homegirls and you're all turning up and you pop a bean and you're on a boat and you feel me and like oh shit you got bottles like that. Honestly, Nevermind really fucking goes.
I don't know. I don't even know one Drake album.
That's like his house album where he's like it's made it's like a house album and he like
house music.
Yeah, it's like a straight house music album. Do y'all remember that shit?
People don't
Like,
understand. People don't understand it yet.
You
Yeah.
have to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like to me that's his like that's my favorite Drake album. So what do y'all expect from a new Drake release? What does he need to do to quote unquote win the people over? Because y'all know
He
a
gonna
He don't
lot
have
of
to
doing what
win
he's
the
doing.
people over. He got the bitches and he got his
Yeah, everyone
fam,
still
but he
loves
don't-
him.
Drake
Yeah.
is not in. He don't have to win nobody over. When he drops, people are gonna tune in based off of even if you're interested in the beef or not. You know what I'm saying? If you're interested in the beef, you're gonna tune in. Oh, let's see if he's throwing any shots. If you're not, then you're just listening to it because you fuck with Drake. So
do you
it's like,
think
you don't have to do much.
More people are probably gonna listen to it right now just to hate on it.
that's
Yeah.
true?
That's still a play,
very
that's still a
solid
listen,
point.
Like
yeah.
the Drake haters before, they probably wouldn't have listened to the tape, and they
Yeah,
would have just
yeah,
popped
yeah.
it. Now
Nah,
they're gonna
he-
listen to it just to say like, oh, he can't rap like Kendrick or he can't do this.
Yeah.
Y'all
Which is lame as hell, but they gonna do it.
do
It'll
y'all
happen.
do y'all think he took any aura like point HP damages like dude like
Nah.
from like
People
this
were already
beef?
saying what they were saying about him, so it's like, what are you gonna? All
I don't
right.
know, bro. I mean, like you, like
yeah, I knew y'all was gonna say some lame ass shit like that. All right.
no, but like you don't want to like you have to acknowledge like the fact of like there's an entire new generation of kids that are like think A minor is like that's so embedded in the psychology and like the brains of an entire generation. It doesn't necessarily. Drake looks a certain way to a whole demographic as a result, low key. And like you think I'm tripping when I say that?
No,
No, that's facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why he was pressing his issue so hard that you know what I'm saying.
it's like how y'all gonna try
Like,
to make
how
me
y'all
look
gonna-
back like
you know
this?
what I'm
Like,
saying?
come on.
Yeah, exactly. So do you think this album's gonna be like more straight for the bitches? You think it's gonna be more international?
He already
Do you-
dropped the one for the bitches.
That was the one with Party.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So you think this is gonna be like I can really rap for real?
This is another
like-
rap album.
Which what was the other one? The if you're still if you're just now reading this, it's too late. Or that album is fucking phenomenal.
He gonna have some little dance jingles.
He gonna have a little bit
all-
of everything.
Yeah,
He's pretty hip.
it's gonna be a Drake album.
So okay. Do you think it'll
Do you
think
think
it'll-
the question is, do you think it's not going to do what it's supposed to do?
Well, that's what I was
It's
about to
gonna
ask
go
you.
number
Nah, it's going to do what it's
So
supposed to do.
is it gonna outsell Playboy Cardi? You think it's gonna do more than 300,000?
See, now Drake is an artist that's been in the mix, continuously in the mix. Playboy Cardi is one of them artists that's been on ice so long that everybody's been waiting. It's like
Yeah.
hot ice, bro. It's like you
No
put
one's-
this
no
shit
one's
in a
heard a
bottle
good
and it
Cardi
might
album in a
blow up
while.
a bomb. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like it's two different type of, you know what I'm saying?
People are gonna
Like,
compare it to what GNX did.
Right,
that's the
100%.
only comparisons that they're
that's-
going to do.
Right, but what's crazy is Cardi's numbers are not that different from GNX. Like, yeah, GNX is.
What did GNX do? You know?
I think first week, I think GNX did like 400K, and I think Cardi did like 300K. Like, so it's like a difference. But
So,
it's-
so Drake has to do 300 plus.
he has for sure.
If he,
He
doesn't
really
do
has.
300 plus,
he
then
really-
people are gonna say it's a L.
People really want him to do like if Drake does a 500,000, it's kind of like he just upped the score. I feel like Kendrick, because I feel like at this point Kendrick's damn near like it's almost like he's on some bully shit.
I
Like
feel
I'm not really feeling
both
like
of their music is good, but Drake he's a bigger artist, bro. So even if he wins, even if he do this number or that number, they're gonna talk regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like
for
like,
sure.
his music is just like it touches different crowds. Like the bitches is off Drake. Like you look on your story, you
You
gonna
like
see the
Drake,
hoes
yeah.
off Drake, bro. I don't care what none of this gang culture beef shit going on. The hoes don't give a fuck about none of that
The
shit.
masses.
Like, and there's more bitches than niggas in the world.
Well, I'd also say Drake makes like pop music.
Kendrick does too, though. If
They
we're
both
being
like
honest,
pop.
like,
They both
On
good industry artists.
yeah.
like Kendrick's more like hip hopped out.
Yeah,
But-
That's what I'm saying.
but yeah.
You can tell they're both a fan of hip hop, but
in different ways.
Drake is a fan of hip hop from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
It's two different things.
Well, the thing is,
Kendrick
like,
might have seen some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like so. His point of view is a little more.
That's why I feel like Drake just appeals to more people that don't listen to hip hop.
well, Drake has like straight.
No, they listen.
No, Drake.
Drake be rapping.
You don't have to
I'm
be.
not
No,
saying
for
that.
sure,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But his
Drake,
music
though.
appeals to like a bigger audience.
Yeah.
No, Drake has straight R&B pop appeal, like superstar pop. You're like your mama, your granny, you're like your auntie.
And
who
he can
don't
rap
listen.
really well.
And
but
no,
Kendrick Lamar,
he
that's
raps,
like a rapper. I feel like.
but Drake raps better than anybody that's ever been in that category ever has. Like no one's ever.
Drake-
that was at that
Drake
level
is
of
a
pop
slick talker.
superstardom.
See, Drake is like a slick talker type rapper. Like he gonna say some slick ass like fly metaphors that like if you ain't really paying attention, he gonna say it so smooth and slick that you might not even see it as a bar. Kendrick is gonna kind of come. He gonna attack the beat and come like you gonna know like what he talking about by the emphasis, by how he deliver it, by everything about how he's saying it. And then you know some people they put tens on shit, but
No,
like-
so Kendrick's way more like ultimately his coastal preference, really,
Yeah.
because
Coastal
Drake,
preference.
a lot of it really is like when it comes because the way that people say that out here we overly, like you said, like certain elements of Kendrick shit really resonate with the fans out
Yeah.
here. He's super tuned in. That's why like Draco was such a big influence on him. That's why he's I don't even think like Kendrick's necessarily pay like people are like, oh, he was paying homage or he was like
just tapped in.
he's just tapped in. He like he feels the frequencies of what's like cracking outside, what the youth is getting moved by, and he's tapping in with that and he's trying to emulate that in his own way. He's like, oh, this is like so let me just take this and re-rock it. There's other parts of the album where he's like using money sign Suede cadences and like overemphasizing the last syllable just like Suede and doing that. Like he's like which is actually super clever, but it's the reason why we in the West Coast fuck with him so heavy and we love Kendrick that much. But really, like Drake is way more of a traditional East Coast, like New York stylized punchlines, delivery, like straight, like he's way more like a regular rapper. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the way when people argue the Big versus Pac type shit. It's literally the same type of shit.
Yeah, and I'm more of a Biggie. Like
If you're more into just style and just full
he
swag,
had
like
sauce about it.
yeah, like so. I ain't even mad. What else we got?
About designer and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Coogee glasses with the Dolce & Gabbana frames and shit. Like
That fool had the illest.
he had a couple gay bars that I didn't hear until I got older.
Yeah,
but
no,
I was like,
shit,
you know,
she got
it
some
kind of
freaky
turned me
shit.
off. But I was like, damn, this
that's a
used to be, like,
Richard
one of my
Pryor
top,
punchline,
like-
to be fair.
So was Biggie at the Diddy parties?
I mean, he had to.
Was
have been.
Biggie at the Diddy
He
parties?
had to have
He had
been,
to
Man,
have
we
been
ain't gonna
there.
put that on Biggie.
Yeah.
I fuck with
Yeah,
Biggie.
he had
I think the
to have
Diddy
been
parties
there.
were a lot different back then. I don't think Diddy's taste was as sophisticated.
He had to have been
He's still
there.
just trying to
I
knock
don't
down
know
the
about
baddest
any
bitch
of
from the
these
hoods.
parties or any of that. Let's not even go back to that dumb topic. But
No, but at the end of the day, Biggie did like even though Pac said it's all about Versace, you copied my style. Pac's or Biggie's Versace glasses that he always wore are like the most iconic Versace glasses to this day. So shout out to Biggie for influencing and elevating culture.
So you saying he pulled up with the baby Sachis and then Biggie went to go get the big frame Sachis?
That's
No, they had.
That's
matching
exactly what
fits and all
happened.
types of shit.
that's exactly what
He like,
happened.
yeah, I'm a big nigga. I can't get the little Sachis. I got to get the big ones.
And then Master P got the biggest ones. After that, the Master P joints is even like, boom,
Yeah.
like he had the loudest ones.
he was getting that independent chicken.
Yeah, exactly. He up. There was a meme that went around. It was like, who would you?
First fly rappers, right?
Yeah,
That nigga.
100%. There's a meme that's been going around, and it's like a question for all rappers, and it had like all these different labels. It was like Rockefeller, Death Row, blah blah blah, and No Limit. It was like, which one would you rather sign to if you could sign to any label? And I think I instantly was like, fucking, I'm signing to Master P. He's treating his artist fair. Everybody got their chicken with Master P.
You knew
95,
business.
pretty much. I don't feel like there's a better label you could have been signed to. Now our boy, you feel me? Gunner's good pal and direct relative, Elon Musk, accused Trump. How do you think he got the job at No Jumper of not releasing the names of people who visited the Epstein Island because Trump is listed as one of them? He's one of the names on Epstein Island. Let's take a look at
let's
this.
check this out.
player.
See, this is fake beef.
This is fake beef.
'Cause
Yeah.
let's be real. You don't think he already knew that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Now you're telling it like
Like you're.
didn't you guys all know that? Like you
We
guys
all-
are all doing business.
Haven't we
and
seen the
shit,
pictures
like-
of Trump and Epstein together already?
Like
Like, what are we
it's
talking
known that
about
they're
here, guys?
homies.
But
It's fake beef.
He's
It's
just
like
trying
all-
to stir the pot. For what reason though? For why?
Is that
So now people can get more invested into his sales, and then they're gonna go back.
But he just
again.
lost like a 1.5
But
M.
did he?
That's
I see more.
that's
but look,
why
but look,
he
think about
left
it.
the
Did he?
government job.
So, but did he? Cause like, you
Hell
know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's why Trump called Elon broke.
Whoa.
I see more Teslas than Hondas.
True that.
significantly?
Like I see more Teslas than Hondas and Toyotas right now.
Yep.
But do you see all them people protesting the Teslas?
I don't. People protesting and me
Go ahead
seeing
and
with
protest
cars
all you
is
want.
two different things.
This is the car you gotta
can
buy. You
yell
better
and
buy
scream
it.
all you want, but the cars I
Bro.
see in the streets, in the streets, like this nigga,
Yeah, what the
hood
streets are saying.
niggas,
This is what the streets are
the
saying.
streets are
hood
saying.
niggas and shit.
This is
like,
what the
like,
streets are
like,
saying.
I'm not
Yeah.
playing.
No,
I believe you. I'm believing
but
you.
is that
So
because?
to say that something is like, but all I see is like.
So you're saying it's a play and they're just moving money around, so it looked like he really took this L, but maybe just the money got moved somewhere else and it's being stored here.
He
and
the one
there.
that probably pulled
Yeah,
out
good.
200 million. Look, he pulled out 200 of his own shit.
Well, I
Like,
mean-
oh, the market is crashing. Like, hey,
Tesla right now with $0.
$0. You want a Tesla? You
No,
can drive it for
that's
2
the
days
reason,
right now.
But that's the reason why, though. To your earlier point, what you just said about why you see so many Teslas in the hood is because they're readily available to
He's
people.
trying to get his money back because he just lost all this money.
Tesla just lost $150 million in.
Yeah, so obviously the
software.
protests are doing something. Then there is some negativity.
See,
there.
look, they saying I'm retarded. It's more Teslas, but where are y'all walking around and parking? Because, like I said, I'm seeing Teslas everywhere.
I seen like 20 Teslas just sitting on.
No,
Fairfax
well,
yesterday.
so when I
Yeah.
first started seeing
Right.
like
They're
in-
everywhere.
Y'all can't be outside going anywhere.
What I
if you're
don't
not
like
seeing
is when
Teslas.
people are trying to be like, trying to make their Tesla sound like it's a luxury car. Like, get the
It's-
fuck
no,
out
like,
of
that's
here.
it, ready to go.
It
Like,
was
yeah,
at first.
giving them out.
It's the normal car now. It's the Honda.
Oh my
Toyota.
No,
God.
they but the thing is, like at first, it was a luxury brand. It just like decreased in value and just nothing. We've never seen something like that, like Ferrari or like
Yeah.
it was a high end luxury brand when it first came out.
And then overnight, boom.
like all of a sudden, people.
I don't
it's
think it was
essentially-
ever high end luxury. I think
It
it
was
was
one
just
step below. It was alternative high end luxury.
Yeah,
for sure.
type shit,
It
yeah.
was like
It was just high tech.
It was like if the first Teslas, the whatever model it was called, was retailing at like 200 bands. You
Oh,
feel
okay,
me? Like yeah, it was like
I feel like everybody that ever had a bullshit car, Tesla was just like, bring it on in. We don't give a fuck if that shit don't run.
yeah.
And niggas was bringing.
Well,
because
because they were giving you like 20 G's like off of a car at the California
No, that's
just to
what
buy
I'm
the
saying.
car. Yeah, we don't
That's
give a
everybody,
fuck.
it don't give a fuck
Yeah.
what car it was.
Come
If
in,
you
we'll give you a
could have
Tesla.
came in that bitch with, if it started and you drove it,
Yeah.
all the lights could have been on that motherfucker, and you can get a Tesla.
Every car has an alternative electric version now. You feel me? Literally,
Yeah.
like there's Beamers that are comparable to that old Tesla that are like more
Porsche.
expensive. Porsches.
Porsche's
There's literally
leading the-
every
the
luxury
wave,
brand.
yeah.
Pretty
The
much
goal
got
is to
that
have
shit.
as much electric cars out as possible because they're trying to stop the motor vehicles. So the more electric cars you got out here, it force people just to go to one consumer. Your car fuck up, all right, come down to the electric spot.
It
you know what I'm saying?
centralizes everything.
Like-
Everything's on the grid. They could shut
Fuck
down
that.
the grid like
Yeah,
whatever they want.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yeah, bring
not-
bring your bucket on
Yeah.
down, like,
Hell
and they
nah.
giving niggas you can take one. Like,
Fuck all
Nah,
that.
this
But
shit
because it's
crazy.
spaceship and it feels like way more comfy when you inside, it's got hella more
I
buttons.
like
It's
my
fancier.
spaceship. My spaceship got buttons and shit too.
Yeah, no, exactly. But that's what everybody wants. I want a spaceship like the.
I don't want an electric spaceship that I gotta sit and wait to get.
I don't know
charged.
about
But
electric,
you can
but
get an
like,
electric car that feels like you doing something that's like cool.
that's what I'm saying. You can for a way more like lower price. A lot of people are like they're opting for that option because when you're inside, you still feel like Batman, even if your car's like,
Them bitches fast. Too.
yeah, like that shit go
There's
and like
too
it's
many
got.
cameras on them too. It's like that's the craziest part.
Yes, you're under
If-
100.
Hey,
You're on the
hey,
grid.
YNs,
If everybody-
you out here crashing out, don't be riding in no Tesla.
No
If
electric
everybody's
slide. Don't
in
be
a
riding in a
Tesla,
Tesla.
That means they have a camera on every block.
Every
Yeah.
block.
Like that shit is crazy.
No, 1,000%. Like nothing-
Cameras with different angles. You could be running from across the street doing some shit.
Different strokes for different folks.
So you know,
And
leave
Doobie
the
Scooby
Teslas for the
Dooby
suburban
Doo.
kids, for the YNs. You know what I'm saying? Message from the plug.
You heard it here first. With that being said, yeah, I don't even know if I could take that tweet seriously.
Look, he just retweeted and said, "Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out."
He's probably
America.
serious as fuck.
He dead serious, but these are things that they all knew.
What's Infowars
Exact-
saying about
I feel
this?
like we all know.
Like,
What's Alex Jones got to
but
say?
it's like these are things that probably everybody know in this room, but it's like You guys are fake beefing. Like, come on, bro. Like, you now you're saying this.
Alex Jones
You
knows the
did
truth.
all those business transactions with this man, and now you're like, yeah, everybody needs to know now.
Right.
What stopped you from doing all those business transactions?
Nothing.
Some of them are still probably going.
Well, also like the original list of people that this fool was affiliated with, like the net he casted was so wide. A lot of people was around him that might not necessarily, and it's a really difficult stance to take because there's no way to defend this piece of shit ass fool. Fuck Epstein, you feel me? Epstein K, all that shit. But
Facts.
the fact of the matter is, not every person of influence or famous person that he's been associated with necessarily engaged in that activity. However, there's smut on everybody's name to some degree.
If you were there, it was smut on your name.
Even
what
if
were you doing? You was on some Diddy shit. Or you want to
Well,
see
I don't
it?
like-
What was
you want
you
to
doing?
watch? Like,
Well, what-
even if
like-
you didn't participate, you was like, what were you doing?
for my understanding, there's a lot of people that was, and I'm not defending this fool. Fuck anybody that was there. Cool. Let's put them all under that blanket. I don't fuck with nobody. I don't know nobody that's ever been to no Epstein
Hell
Island.
no.
However,
Liar.
yeah, that, except besides Gunner.
Liar.
Yeah, besides Gunner and me. But no, like what would anybody?
What were you guys doing
No.
on that island? Bro?
Obviously.
What did you do on that
guys just gonna
island?
bring
What were you
back
guys doing
that.
there?
Yeah, we're not gonna
What
skip
did you do on
that.
that island?
I-
Alexa, play the song.
I was.
What,
I
you guys
was
just want to just see the view? What's going on,
hey,
man?
bro, I heard that there is good snorkeling. You feel me? Bluefin dolphins. It's the only place to eat
Nah,
fried.
man, that
fetuses.
island is not a good spot, man.
No, I've obviously never been to.
That's
Epstein
what the
Island.
media wants
Like,
you to believe.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted.
That's what we're gonna believe, then, man.
It's a false narrative.
If this topic is even the topic, then that's what
I'll
we're
be
gonna
a sheep.
believe.
No.
Like, this topic shouldn't even be this topic, then.
No.
bro.
No. My point was, there's a lot of people that I guess was associated with that fool that in no way engaged in any activities or knew of any activities or didn't see any
It was just on some
activities.
Diddy shit. They didn't want to see.
Maybe a lot of people was just turning their back. So
Oh, you can't turn your back on those
Was-
shit like that.
no, that's what I'm saying. That's what they. I'm not
Did Diddy go
condoning
to the
it, but
island?
that's essentially what was.
It was
that's what
above
you
their
s-
pay grade.
Was Diddy on the island?
For sure, Diddy. Was
Diddy
on that
for
island.
sure.
That's where he got some sauce.
Been around the world and yeah. He said it.
Hell
Why
nah.
they doing it like this?
We're gonna do this back in the city.
They got
We
Ed
invented the
Frank back
remix.
here.
Take that.
Shit like, whoa, they be having, man, hell no. Like, it's a party. Like,
Diddy was
It's a
turning up.
party.
like, I'm about to bring this shit back to the.
That's what turned him out.
That's crazy.
That's what turned him out. Allegedly, we're not, because that's the thing. Seems like there's a lot of bullshit going on. Shit.
Yeah. Fake news.
An awful lot
Tap
of
the fuck in.
awful lot of controversy players. With that being said, should I get into the super chats before we? All right, so we got a $5 from Bully Breaker. Lush trying to slick those shots, laughing my ass off. Spit. Last Kings meet out. Shouts to A-Lokes. A-Lokes is better, but Last Kings, that's an awful lot of cops here for those that don't know. Is better, but Last Kings was better. They not comparable. Two different come ups, but two different lanes. Lush, shut your bitch ass off. Long live the ruler. No, I don't think it's actually comparable in any capacity, brother. We made that kind of clear, and I wasn't even the one that said it. So I don't know why you're tripping on me when the dude that you're simultaneously trying to support literally had the complete opposing view. You should have had something to say about him, but instead you want to take it out on me because why?
Oh my
Because why?
God.
You're riding dick. Get my meat out of your mouth. With that being
No,
said,
I just had a cultural opinion.
like I said,
They were-
the
oh,
person
cultural.
that had,
He had a consumer.
I asked a
eye.
question.
Successful.
He had.
I asked a
He
question.
had buyers from the consumer.
I asked several questions.
And then he had
You guys
buyers
answered
from
the
the culture.
questions. There's no need to further clarify. It was already it all happened several minutes ago. You feel me? Big Boss Santana, Lush, stop glazing the south side and then glazing the north. Come fuck with some real ones like T-Log 2730 and Track Money P Dead Homies. Everybody not, brother. Okay. Shit. Like, it's like stop being friends with certain people, but like I'll be your friend. Okay, brother. It does sound like you guys are pretty tight though. Buzzball freak off parties being hosted by Lush in the underground LA tunnels on the low. Wrist Streets dropping soon. Paris Vicionotti. All right, shouts to you, brother. Make sure I get my you feel me, My Fetty Wap straight at the corner of you know where. Yeah. C Hustle $5. Cough syrup trash. All his clothes look the same. He can't get bigger because of the name. That's some LABS. Okay. Thanks for telling us how you really feel. C Hustle also said for $5, saying Drake is bigger while Kendrick been doing stadiums is crazy. Drake just be in your face more. Don't mean he bigger. You're right, C Hustle. You have a much clearer, unbiased perspective. I defer to your opinion on matters such as this. That's why you're.
Though.
No, he literally has no.
Yeah.
This is like the most asinine argument. Do we have to quantify the amount of years in a row Drake was selling out arenas globally while Kendrick just returned to the arenas for his first time since he was doing his damn reunion tour. You feel me? Let's keep it a bundle. I'm not talking shit. This is facts. Drake has had a more consistent global run. Drake is the one that's in the same category as Taylor Swift and Bad Bunny. Now Kendrick's in that conversation. Once again, is he a more respected artist in the streets when it comes to hip hop culture? Arguably, yes.
Great MC.
A great MC, one of the all-time greats. And when I say arguably, you ask a lot of other people, they'll have a complete different opinion. I think it's somewhat regional. Out here, we love K-Dot. He could do no wrong. You talking to a West Coast podcast, we're going to always lean left. But if I'm keeping it in a bundle, you feel me? If I'm keeping it in a bundle, people really like when it comes to the intangibles of lyrical ability, punchlines for real, like the traditional skill set that battle rap culture, there's a reason why Drake directly gravitated and supported way more than Kendrick ever did. Not to say that Kendrick wasn't at the West Coast Pit event circa 2007 when he was still called K-Dot. And it's not to say that he didn't show up. Shouts to K-Dot when Eastwood brought him through in
And don't
2009.
argue with us unless you know the facts, because he gonna fact check you.
I'm just letting you know, like, so. But with that being said, when it comes to some hip hop
Really
shit,
like an old school hip hop historian.
for generations, I've been there. I'm gonna be there. When I die, a part of the culture, you feel me, will remain because the energy is eternal, player, and let that be known. With that being said, hopefully this Drake album is successful. I'm anticipating, I would say, shy of GNX. I think it's not gonna reach the GNX numbers because I'm a West Coast hater. So go Kendrick. No, I'm just playing. I think it'll probably do probably 475, 450, right around GNX numbers. If it does anything less, people are gonna view it as an L. That's my take.
That's a real respectable take.
I'm actually sober.
Okay.
Like literally,
He's actually sober.
I've been looking for some Adderall for a while. So if you got the jug, you like, I would love some Addies. Like,
He was just
you feel
passionate.
me? Like, yeah.
That was.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's mellow in these streets. With that being said, fucking slow news day, guys. T-Pain has recently signed his first AI artist to the label. He'll be using VO and other virtual reality realism apps to make the AI artist look like a real person. You won't be able to tell the artist is AI in the video. This is bad for the industry. I mean, if T.I. is able to make that shit crack off, and if it's hard, and we get to have like a fake rapper from another galaxy, but he gives me the same energy as a Von Off 1700 and EBK J-Bo without having to potentially risk his life and go to prison and a bunch of other shit. I might be cool. I might be Skynet Gang or Don't Bang. What do y'all think?
It's not. I don't think it's bad for the industry. It's just a change in the industry. Real art is gonna have to go a little bit harder if you want to win. It's just a new challenge. It's a new player in the playing field.
Timberland is working with a new artist, but it's not isn't exactly human.
Okay, so Timberland is working with a new artist.
It's the future.
No,
Yeah.
I understand, but
It isn't
the
exactly
world is
human.
taking shit like that now. Like you can really just say like, yeah.
So
Timberland
wait,
is
so
working with a non-human person.
I would
So
have
this is
thought.
a-
I would've
Back
thought
in
they
the
would've
days, a
used
nigga
AI
would
to
have
make
seen some
beats
shit like that and been
before
like,
artists.
wait, what the fuck? Nowadays, niggas just hear that and just be like it's normal. That's crazy.
Timberland is working with a new artist, but she isn't exactly human. The legendary producer is officially signed, first of all, launched Stage Zero, a new AI-powered entertainment company co-founded with creative partner Zaid Portillo and producer Rocky Modular. The company's first artist is Tata, an AI-generated persona with a debut single coming soon. Stage Zero is on point to pursuit to create a new genre, A-pop, artificial pop. According to Rolling Stone, Timberland says the idea sparked last year after experimenting with AI platform Suno Music. I saw the path and I had to wait till everything caught up. The process blends human input and AI. Timberland uploads demos. Sunos builds on them, and lyrics are patched in by real writers. This is how Tata's voice was born, which initially shocked Timbo. Yo, this voice is amazing, he said. So I'm going to keep it a sec. this has already been going on for years. This is not new technology.
Yeah.
I guess this is a paid ad campaign that somehow slipped through the cracks of make it to no jumper because no one's giving a fuck about Timberland for years. Like OG had his best days way back then. I
Bro,
love.
if we gonna
He's trying to
give,
stream now and all types
if we
of
gonna
shit.
give all these niggas, you know, you gotta get Timberland like
He's
all
look,
the niggas that ain't dropped in 100 years, and they
but
just
that's
like,
He's trying to figure out how to get right back into it.
no.
like
You know,
all
here's the
these other
thing.
niggas right now, they
I'm not
just-
mad at Timbo. This ain't Timbo is not
That's
even
smart. That's
Timbo's always been on the side of technology. He was one of the first. He had an NFT rap group that my homie Ilmac and my boy Chase and a bunch of other homies were a part of. It had to do with the Great Ape coin and shit. It was called Great Ape Yacht Club that dropped back in like 2019, 2020. So like he's always been on the. And initially I saw the report. It said T-Pain, right? T-Pain's always been using technology to his advantage. He took
Yeah,
auto-tune and made it into like a whole entire way that music is consumed to this day.
he the type of nigga made his own server on GTA.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so
he did the
T-Pain,
coding himself, like
he's been cracking on Twitch,
Yeah.
GTA servers. He's always been ahead of the curve in utilizing technology
Mhm.
to the best of our ability and like showing how it's showcased with music. So we all know fool's been shit. There's a fucking fake song about me crashing my whip into the side of the car called Buzzball Lush. You feel me?
with the what's it called?
AI generated. You feel me? It's like R&B, country, like pop. You feel me? Like, so obviously, like, is everybody doing this shit? This shit's not like, it's not new, but now I guess Timbo getting his piece of the pie, endorsing a very advanced version of the product that is going to be potentially a way for a bunch of people to make money.
What's up in there?
Would you have an AI generated rapper? Would you like if someone was like Ralphie, make an AI?
Punch your bars in AI and just I would do that on some undercover shit and drop the music as an alias and nobody know, but he'd be gassing.
that's what Timberland is doing.
That's what he's doing.
I'll do it.
Okay, so this is
Just to show how much niggas be dick
But,
riding.
but would you let would you
just act like I'm off this new shit. Like, yeah, man, I've been off this new nigga.
would you let somebody make an AI Ralphie song?
We ain't doing that no more.
Okay,
I need
so,
my splits.
No, so
No,
here,
you gonna get
Even
your,
if they
your
do it,
splits.
add me to the splits. We good.
no, because
If it's
that's
trash,
the
we ain't good.
that's the conversation right there. Is like because before it was the hologram thing. Like hologram was the first wave, and I
I
know.
don't think that's equivalent.
Well, it is though
We
because
talking about releasing on DSP.
well, okay,
We talking about money now. Hologram is like
you're
gotta
right.
Pay to do that.
No, you're absolutely right because this is way more like lasting. Yeah, Brick.
Go. Go. You're on.
Flacco, what's up, bro?
Oh hell no.
Fuck all that. Where's my $1,000?
No, I want to hear what he got to say.
But
now.
go ahead. I was joking, bro. Go ahead. And then
Oh, so this is the truth. Spit that shit out, nigga.
yeah. Right, but we'll never know. So why did they even announce it as AI then? Why didn't they just run the psyop?
Oh, this is his topic. He don't like the way he delivering his topic. You can't politic it.
So we'll never know the difference. Like people will not be able to tell like after it's released if it's real or not.
In the future, yeah, that
In the
shit
future.
looks crazy right now.
Yeah, no, it already
You
is
can
close.
do shoot movie scenes with this.
No, it definitely sets a dangerous precedent. What else are we missing?
That shit look crazy. They perfect nigga is crazy.
He's not wrong.
They said they can't hear.
Right. Still? Oh,
Shit, before I get terrified,
it's on Josh's. Okay.
before I get terrified, I'm gonna get involved with
Oh, you
what
just
they got
hung up on
going on, like, cause if they gonna do it anyway, like.
So that was
that-
unfortunately an L because we never got to hear Flacco on the mic. So
that shit looks crazy. Though.
Whose phone is this?
a huge L.
What the fuck?
And yeah, it is what it is, player. But apparently I won the bet because he talking about I don't know what the fuck he talking about.
Why'd you ask to stop the bet then?
Because I said
yeah.
I
Let's get down to the
yeah,
bottom
but
of
I
it,
said
for
this
sure.
earlier. I said this earlier. I was like, bro,
You ain't say that.
no. But here's how scandalous, and I love Flacco, but this is the fucking truth. And I have a couple things to say, and I'm gonna pull my trump cards now. Okay, they're coming out the deck right now. Y'all ready for the trump cards? One, yesterday I did say Flacco, and I said this earlier. You have significantly more up right now than I am. You feel me? You got the
Pocket watching
Scucciani.
101.
It ain't pocket watching. It's pocket knowing. It's pocket knowing.
That's the same thing.
It's pocket knowing.
You watched
That's a new way to pocket watching,
No,
y'all.
it's not. No, it's not.
You got a pocket no.
It's called living in reality and knowing like but you don't even need to pocket watch to know. Like I know for a fact, for a Fediano fact. With that being said,
That's how you know Lush got more money because he's just hyping him up like that.
Cause he know like the.
okay,
You know
regardless.
the metrics of
but-
it.
but-
So
but
he know
regard-
like, ooh, so if I'm doing this, like, you
No,
gotta be like.
I didn't even realize that we were you know what? I'm not even gonna get into it.
type shit.
Type shit. But with that being said, absolutely. I said, you know, and it's between me and him as friends, as brothers, you feel me? Like you more up than me. So if it come down to it, if you like have some weird trickery you finna do because you're Flacco the sorcerer and you make fucking weird internet shit appear
No,
that
he can
don't
make a
exist.
Google
That's what I'm saying. Like
video.
who
He
knows
so
what,
much about that he can make that clip
that's
come
what
up.
that's
right
what I'm
now.
saying. Like I get fucking knocked out. You feel me?
with the audio, your voice is saying, "Oh shit."
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
so,
shit.
so
Oh, shit.
He has the capabilities of doing all that, right? So that's why I was like, if it come down to it, I can't win against you, brother. I ain't got the Scucciani to go to war with you, my brother. So I'm like, and he said, and he ended the call like, you know what, Lush? If I'm right, I'm gonna need that 1,000. That's how the last thing he said, despite me marking out to him and being like, you know what, Flacco, I ain't even got it like that. Like we could dead the bet, especially because I wouldn't. If my brother, Lil Juicy Vert, fucking had trying to get involved in the antics to trick me out my position, I would have fucking easily have won the bet right then and there. You feel me? Because it could have been deaded right then. But because he wanted to play games with a player's soul, like you feel me, in sync. You feel me, puppet master type shit. I was like, all right, fool, cool. So then I was like, you know what, Flacco, I'm gonna gracefully bow out. But he ended it like, nah, if I win, when I see you, I'm gonna need it type shit. So you know. Respectfully reciprocating the energy, you know, like respectfully as fuck. You feel me? Like as someone that could use it too. So what do you? You know what? I ain't even gonna do that. You feel I ain't gonna be like, what do you guys think? Because they gonna say it ain't. I'm not asking you motherfuckers, bro. We know what time it is, and it's all love either way. You ain't even gotta pay me, but it would be cool if you did, right?
No, he should pay you.
I think you should.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's the
If
right
you guys
thing.
had a real bet.
Yeah, Flacco, you
because
owe Lush
in reality,
$1,000.
I know I didn't
Pay
get
him,
slapped,
pay up,
bro.
man.
Pay
Like,
up.
I know I didn't get
I
slapped,
thought you was
bro.
calling
Like,
to talk
Yeah,
about
I
paying
thought
up.
you were
He
making
doesn't have to
60
make-
G's
he
a month
doesn't
for
have
some
to-
shit.
It doesn't have to
Pay
be
him
a
his
real
1,000.
clip. He just said there's a clip of you getting slapped, so
Yeah,
he can use
that's what
just Google AI.
and that's why
shit.
I ranked out Because I know, because you
Damn.
feel me,
You
like
got Google AI clips and niggas getting
No,
slapped.
but
you
you
saw
can
the
make- that's
technology
what-
that
that's what-
whatever the
that's what
fuck
that
it's called
shit
is
was.
doing.
That's what I was
Zonus,
showing
Lotus,
you. They got
Pagodas.
music videos and shit, and it looks like it's a real.
What's it
real
called?
VO?
That's gonna be terrible for like crime, like actual like crimes. Like, oh, I didn't do that. Well, there's video of you right
No,
here.
It's
I
it's
said that.
AI.
Niggas should be scared.
It's AI. Like,
Yeah.
This shit is not
Watch
cool.
when they know when it start hitting the news. That's
Yeah.
when it's gonna be like.
When
Well,
the
look,
news
like-
starts getting tricked and
So
shit.
Yeah.
I recently had a company hit me up, and this is little old me. You feel me? Being like, you feel not a super important person by any means in the grand scheme of things. I like, I'm not saying that self-deprecating wise, but I got hit up, and they said, "Are you interested in having an AI version of yourself? We gonna cash you out this, and we could use your image and likeness for things like Cameo." It's I forget the name of. I'm not gonna say what the name of the service is, but it is essentially like similar branded Cameo.
like
but-
Jerkmate.
yeah, it's Jerkmate. Thank you
Yeah.
for putting it on blast. No,
I mean,
it's
it's
not.
a lot of money in doing some shit
In
like
pornography.
that, but it's
Yeah,
scary
yeah.
as fuck.
But so
They
that's
gonna
exa-
use your face for anything.
so that's the thing. So where do we draw the line? And then like the reason I compared it to the technology thing earlier was when you're talking about artists that are no longer in the physical form being utilized as holograms, and now in this new advent in technology, we gonna start seeing that.
That
You
shit is
feel
like
me?
a scary movie, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is like you could change somebody's whole life with a couple videos and prompts. Like
Yeah, it's
Get 'em
it-
arrested
well,
for
especially-
life.
Cap,
It,
like,
well, it
you
sets-
get
it
some
sets
real
a
shit.
it sets a really dark precedent.
Hey.
But we've already seen images of random people that we know like kissing each other when it's AI generated.
I
and
love
that's an
those.
app on the phone.
That's
I
I
love
can do it
those.
right now on that.
Like-
Yeah, like exactly. Yeah. But that's just like the tip of the iceberg of a precedent that gets set as to where they essentially we're in the matrix.
We've been in the matrix.
This
Yeah.
is crazy.
This is all an illusion.
Yeah, we're deep in that motherfucker, and I think
This
it's
whole
better to
episode
be.
is AI generated.
Yeah, they don't even know. We're not even like.
Here right now.
We're not even here. And that's what it's gonna. At what point do you think that kind of? I see what Flacco was trying to get at. Is it creates a super guy that could encompass all the best traits we all want. We got Kodak's realness mixed with Kendrick's fucking flow, mixed with Drake's punchlines, mixed with, you feel me, this and that, and this guy's stardom, and Chris Brown's dance moves, and fucking Draco's wordplay, and and we're gonna take the little best bit of everybody in the world ever and put it into one person.
I'm
and
gonna
then-
make my super AI nigga too.
Okay,
then, shit.
so
if
if I
they
hear-
get money over there off AI super niggas, shit, I'm gonna go make my super AI nigga.
So that's the precedent that gets set essentially, right? Like that's the precedent. Is it very dangerous? Where does that leave us creators trying to do our best, bleeding our
I'm
heart
gonna
and
be a
soul in the
creator. If
booth?
they creating a super nigga, I'm gonna be a creator
No,
too.
fuck that. If I hear somebody using like somebody's like if they're using Draco's lingo
Yeah,
and you're an AI prompt,
yeah.
nah, dude, it's too much business involved and shit like
Right.
that.
No,
Right,
I'm
right,
not
right.
saying that. You can make a creative artist without using anybody's lingo. You can use the human words.
But they have to pull sources. From
Yeah,
somewhere.
they'll have an app. You could ask that. I could ask
Characteristics.
AI right now, do an E40 inspired fucking bar, and it'll fucking do
super
its best.
duper live,
Even if it's
super
wrong,
duper.
even if it gets it wrong, it'll try and do that based on the source data available. It'll for sure do that with any artist.
So it'll
But
do
you
its
run
own-
it again.
It'll do its own
and
spin.
You run
on the
it
shit.
again.
Yeah, you run it again and
you
make
run
it tr-
again until it's like.
Yeah, 1000%. You'll
It
make
depends
it.
on how much you want to invest to run it again, and you keep running it. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, this the one. This one sounds
So
like this
okay,
is
and Evil,
perfect.
you're a good-
perfect. It don't
I
sound too
tweaked
much
the prompt
like
enough to,
yeah.
yeah, you have to give it several prompts for sure. And there's several things that it's fighting against because you can't take intellectual property that already exists. So when you're using AI, you have to kind of, even if you have like advanced models, you still have to color within the parameters and the paint in certain ways that don't infringe, quote unquote.
So I need
It's
to
gonna be
register
crazy.
everything, copyright everything.
100% to get
somebody
your
win
Scoop
the
Scigliani.
first
If you're someone that's yes.
off of suing somebody and winning against the AI.
Well, it's been the property war for a long ass time, and that's not just talking about real estate.
No, I'm
intellectual
saying, like,
property.
on a real scale, like on some
Yeah,
music
yeah,
shit. Like,
yeah, music shit, intellectual property,
Copyright
styles,
every single
lingo,
song, every single
all that
phrase,
shit.
all
Yes,
that, everything.
yes. As artists, we should be, and also, so you make videos. How has this technology made your work more difficult and/or easier? And are you for it or against it?
I fuck with it because it's like it's a tool. Some people are against it because it takes the heart and the soul out of it. I don't use it to create a video or certain things. I might use it to create a scene or help enhance something, but the base is still there. The video is still the video. it's really a stylistic choice. You can choose whether or not you want to use this, or you can just use the regular video. You want to enhance what you got going, or you want to just keep it as what it is.
So I mean, so you're pro using. Would you? Is there any way like?
He calls you a pro AI.
No, pro using.
pro-
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
pro
You're
user.
pro user of
You're
AI.
pro AI
But-
user.
I'm not. I wouldn't be against it. I respect the people that are against it because it's like, what you feel like it's not real. It's not the actual video you got out there and you shot with the film camera. You
Well,
developed the film
exactly,
and you
because
did all that.
you didn't you started out digitally, right? You didn't start out filming on actual
Yeah,
film.
no.
Yeah, it's like you.
But when people came out with the digital camera,
Exactly.
the film industry,
pissed.
they thought it was the end of photography.
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
Film and everything, it was going bad, but it was just another tool that helped push the field further.
a 1,000,000%. Just like unless you're recording an entire live band simultaneously or an orchestra, a lot of the nicest studios you go to,
all that is
you don't
true.
need all that fucking them 64 channel Neve and SSL consoles that music was being recorded on 2-inch tape reels that you feel me cost thousands of dollars with all these outboard gear compressors.
I
and-
am
that's true.
against the
all that's
the-
true, but it's
still
compared
sound
to AI is different.
But no, it's really it's different in the sense that we're now giving away control of our intellectual property just by it merely existing. You put a thought out into the ethos, and it's for them. It's no longer yours.
That's
the scary
what
part.
I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So anybody can just sit in their room right now and just type some shit on a computer, and you got a movie or you got some shit. It's
that's
great for low budget shit, but I mean it costs a lot, but it's great for low budget shit and people that have an idea. But that should be the mood board. That should be the
Yeah.
storyboard, and you're getting everything ready to go out there and shoot something. It
Right.
shouldn't be the final project.
1,000%.
Unless you have people that aren't here anymore and certain actors and shit like that, but you can still use them in the movie.
So so like think about this. Like back in the day, there's someone like Shirley Temple. She was a little ass kid, right?
What the fuck?
No, she was a little ass kid, right? Doing things in one take. This is like a 6-year-old kid doing crazy dance routines, all this crazy shit, nailing shit in one take. Michael Jackson, from the time he was dumbass young, nailing shit, doing crazy things, being recorded on tape. There's no punch ins, there's no ad like he's just doing this shit wild.
He
dancing
probably did
crazy.
that in the mirror 50 times a day. Like,
You feel me? Like so like there is like when you talk about like the rawness and the pureness, like artists like that back then, like what Stevie Wonder, Ralphie Meme was doing, and all that shit, like is definitely different. So we're losing more and more soul as technology advances because we're
now,
losing more
you know,
originality.
people are
Yeah.
using talent and shit, like actual skills.
We're relying more on the computer to
anybody
do it
can
for
just
us.
type some shit into the
Fuck
computer.
typing, you can just record yourself now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
And I'm totally
now
for
you ain't
us
even
doing
gotta
it
record yourself.
because
AI,
we have no choice. We have no choice but to rock with it, or else it's either roll with the rush or get rushed.
That's why it's
Period.
like a scary movie because it don't got no soul to it. It don't got no heart. It don't got no. I'm staying up till 8 in the morning every day working on videos. I could just type some shit on AI and then go sit in the living room and watch a movie and let it render overnight. Like
1,000%. Like I didn't know how to make thumbnails because I'm retarded, but with AI, I'm fucking super sick at making covers and thumbnails.
need to
There's
get on my
there's a gang of fucking artists, graphic artists
me
that I'm not
tips.
paying anymore that I was paying before because I could just
it does take away. It takes away certain
Piece of
jobs.
shit.
absolutely,
It does.
This
absolutely.
shit right here.
And but
Hey, don't be
but
bragging about the computer.
No, I'm not.
taking
I'm
people's
not.
job, bro.
I'm not bragging about it. I'm not
Yeah.
bragging about it. I'm saying it's actually a negative thing. Now, me as an independent artist getting fucked over by the companies that are killing us with the splits, and I understand there's new legislation coming through that they're trying to push through first in the New York City lobby, but then eventually to make it so we're getting like a cent per stream, like fair
If it's
numbers that
just in
independent.
New York, doesn't that have to be everywhere? Because an artist,
Yeah, it
you have
does.
to be from New
Oh,
York.
oh,
to
no,
get
no, no,
that?
no. So this is the way bills work.
No, but
Is
you gotta
they
sign
start
that
like in the
language
local
before you do that.
municipality through your Congress, and then they pass, and then they go through the Senate, and then they're sent through the national scale. They have to pass a whole process to even be judged by the Supreme Court, by the courts that set national legislator. You feel me? The legislative branch of our government. So in order for us to, that's the legislative. I know I conflated judiciary and legislative a little bit, but I'm primarily referring to the legislative government, which is how our bills get
the
passed.
laws.
Yeah, exactly, the laws. So with that being said, in order to get to the motherfucking national thing, it got to pass through there first. And New York is just where they wrote the shit. So we hope that shit get through. And hope and that's a pretty liberal state, so it's not going to get much pushback. But on the national thing, because really a lot of the things we might be for, if we're like at the current juncture and like, okay, Trump might be making certain financial situations that people agree with, this might be against their accordance, because it's like
It's
the
about what's
working man
attached
getting
to it,
more
though.
money. They don't want to, motherfuckers don't want that. Where's the middle class? There ain't no motherfucking middle class. That shit don't
It's either
exist.
You up or you
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. So we trying to make artists have livable wages. Now there might be, I'm not gonna say there's not way more societies, priorities in society than artists being comfortable being able to buy some vape or whatever, you feel me? Like, but artists are being fucked by the system. So when you talk about, oh, the graphic artist losing, I would like to be able to afford to pay Evil to do my videos. I can't, because it's difficult to make a livable wage you feel me?
Computer got to do it.
Yeah.
You cooking right now.
You're cooking.
You
I'm
cooking.
just saying,
You are
like this
cooking,
is like,
brother.
But where do you draw
Fanny
the
Factos.
where do you draw
Where
the
you draw the line?
When you-
Yeah.
When you get money, you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna keep getting money and keep doing like
no,
this.
no,
Greed.
that's exactly. Greed is a motherfucker, but that's where you
You're
gotta draw the
corrected by
line.
the
You gotta
AI.
make sure.
Yeah.
So if you a real one, you're gonna bust it down with your people. How you bust it down? Pause. You feel me?
Nah,
Like,
nah.
That's what I was just talking
Bust
about.
that
though,
shit down.
It's crazy. How,
Yes,
like,
Diddy.
This topic used to just be like, damn, but now it's like,
Oh, it's real.
No, they
life.
took our job.
We
Now
had
it's
horror
like-
movies about it.
They took our job.
No, and the thing. So I learned I
It
went
was
to
the computers.
I went to this school for a little
They
bit.
took our
called the
jobs.
Expression Center for New Media in Emeryville, California, right by West Oakland, in 2003, and I learned about the advent of technology, like what we're getting as a general consumer, and this is back then. And they said they've already had it for 20 years, but they can't just introduce it right away. They got to acclimate it over time, so you get, or else you won't. Imagine like before there was iPhone, they're doing AI. Imagine if before the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like there has to be an order of operations. You have to get people. They've been able to do this shit for a long time. So you think that we have a choice here?
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
have no choice.
No, I
the
was-
government's
I was
already,
saying
it's
the
above our head.
I was saying the other day, like in movies, like you used to see things, they used to give you a 10-year gap heads up before you start seeing it in real life. Now it's like 6 months later, you might see something in the movie and then bam, like
Yeah, if
shit
you
gonna
want to be
happen.
super up to date with the cutting edge, because
Yeah.
they've really been talking about this exact shit
Yeah.
for 30, 40 years. It's
Yeah,
really,
sure.
if you look at like the dystopian thrillers of the 80s and 90s, Terminator and all them
Mm-hmm.
type of movies, we're literally talking about this, much less the motherfucking Matrix.
No
Shit. That shit came out, what, like 9.8, 9.7 type shit, like late 90s. So yeah, like it's been, and that was a book originally. So it's like, you feel me? Damn,
You're
we're
cooking, bro.
saying we knee deep in this shit, Gunner.
Damn.
They
We
did.
knee deep in this motherfucker.
This is all a prompt.
Hey, so,
Damn.
yo, hold on. I want to talk about this. No cap, no cap. What the fuck? Caribou got arrested on a simple battery charges. Caribou looked like she put in tips. I ain't gonna lie.
Free caribou.
Yeah.
Big
Was it
X.
Yachty? I hope not, bro. She better not. I'm sliding for Yachty. I'm fighting
You
Caribou for
sliding on
Yachty.
it. Nah.
What are your thoughts on her getting arrested?
So Caribou,
Yeah, because you were kind of excited.
I want to know more.
That
My
doesn't
thoughts
look
are I want
real.
more info.
You think she's good enough for mug shotties?
I'm not gonna lie. That's a pretty decent
Like a
mugshot.
mugshotty?
Yeah, it's like
She
if
looked
you didn't
like
know
she
she
gets
was,
pretty mad and beat shit up.
for sure,
sure.
toxic as
Yeah,
fuck.
she looks like yeah.
What did you say?
Starts beating on you.
Like I heard, I remember
One of those, like.
she's homegirls with that other chick, Anicia, and I seen her say recently. I seen them in an interview back in the day, and they said they became friends through a fade. I was like, oh,
Really?
okay, I
They
respect
really
it.
from Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly. So like you
They
feel
was
me?
probably like,
Or I guess they were like from the same like friend group, and one of them hadn't kicked it for a while, and she came back.
oh,
then
so
it was
she
like,
beat
what's
that
happening?
homegirl up,
Da,
and
da,
they
da.
beat that homegirl
I don't know
up,
the
and they
exact
got cool
politics.
and shit.
Something of the, but Anicia has actually been killing the game super hard.
I like both of them. They go.
I like them
Yeah.
both, but like I feel like Anicia has been on a sick run. You feel me? Crazy collabs. I think she got one with Quavo coming out. Her and Four Bats are like a little cutting edge ATL power couple type shit. I ain't mad at that. Caribou, feel like she still need the help of a writer. I ain't gonna lie. I miss Yachty Caribou was fire, bro. Like,
Now she got something to rap about though. She just sat down for.
but she's not putting it together right, Evil. It's not like it's not. I seen her trying.
No, he's saying like now she
when she
went
fresh
jail
out,
for,
first day out, her first day
out.
out.
Caribou first day out might go crazy.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
feel me?
Bitch,
Yeah,
you
it
gonna
might.
beat a bitch. Yeah.
She's probably gonna take these couple of days and just like oh, okay, I need to get my shit together.
What are the chances are that this is completely her fault? If we're just like speculating, let's not say she did anything really wrong.
I mean, if
Somebody did something that made her have to do something.
somebody made her have to do something.
Yeah, I don't know,
And
man.
then-
For every action, there's an equal greater
9
reaction.
times out of 10, it's whoever calls the police first in whatever situation.
Or
they-
maybe nobody called the police.
Hey, I'm not mad at all, but the Cadillac smells like Adderall. If I'm being honest, it seems like a turned up occasion.
I ain't do it.
I ain't do it. Look, bro, we're not telling on Caribou by reacting to a mugshot show the image of her post. Man, look, free Caribou, all right? With that being said, we got a few more of them. Damn, he got some fancy ASAP Mob inspired fucking Raider Clan Circa 11 writing, Nissan 680. Unless you don't forget to swallow or spit the saliva out, cuz annoying as fuck. Put your 40 hand now on your top there, homies. You're not from here to say that, brother. No, I'm just playing. Thank you for the dollars. We appreciate that. Suicide Boys sold more tickets than Kendrick. Laughing my ass off, said King Miles. And then the very next comment from C Hustle. Drake never did stadium tours. You guys are both like really catering to a specific side and you're not seeing the objective big picture. You're both kind of got pom-poms right now if I'm keeping it a bundelli. Like, and I respect the fucking super chat. I respect you voicing your opinion. It's the only way we're going to even address your ass.
Let's ain't going.
But, nah, brother, like, come on,
Those
bro.
are bad takes.
Yeah, well, it's just they're both very biased. One and C Hustle's made like 6 takes about Kendrick. Like, all right, bro, we get it. Like, and then this other guy said Drake ain't shit. And then the other guy said Kendrick's never even done a stage. Okay, bro, like, all right, they're both fire. Happy Friday. They both fire. Blanche from the Bay, happy Friday. Get yourself a buzzball and get it. Chris Isnak, and we appreciate you. Blanche from the Bay, you're going to lose in golf. AZ with the 5-piece, he said, why you calling that smelly cringe weirdo Flacco your brother? I don't know what you're talking about, AZ. Flacco's the homie, dog. Why you on his noggin so tough? Jeez, let him, man. And Flacco smells great, all right?
I wouldn't say that.
He smells better than before.
I would never say that.
No. That's for a definite.
Who's dressing him?
I think his option, bro. Like he's like using big and tall and shit.
He only got.
No, the other day he was up
Yeah.
in here wearing like a Christian.
Yeah.
The last time I saw him,
It's hard to
yeah.
find clothes for a big nigga.
with a nylon
So
nylon.
you only get a couple options unless you want to wear the same.
Yeah,
thing.
no, that's what it is.
he had
for
some
real.
Christian Dior on last
So
time
he
I
had
seen
to
him.
switch it
Yeah.
up. Maybe he was just trying to switch it up without, like trying to, look too
trying to
obvious.
ease into
He's
it.
just doing
was
his thing,
trying to,
bro.
like,
I'm not mad
Big
at
man
it.
shopping.
Yeah, he's like
It
I
gets
think
hard
there's
when you're
only
over like 500 pounds.
for sure, especially with designer brands.
I don't think he's
like,
500.
I might have added a little, maybe a couple pounds on top.
High
but
480s.
Just a couple. I might have added a couple. Just a couple.
480s is hilarious. Dog.
The high fours, yeah.
Yeah, the high 4s. He's in the Quattros game.
I don't think he's in the high 4s.
No, dog.
Bro.
He's probably like 270,
something,
bro.
yeah.
Like,
Bro, I was just 270 a couple fucking months
am I
ago,
tripping?
bro.
Oh, you were 270?
No,
That's
I was just
But you're a lot.
265.
But Ralphie,
like
you're like
fucking,
6'1", right? You're 6 feet tall.
Bro, bro. If you think
Well, that's a big
270
difference between
is
you and fucking
crazy,
Flacco.
bro.
He's not 380.
410.
He's not 410, bro. He's like
410.
you guys are tweaking, bro.
410, bro.
Really, it was 320 is a little closer. That's these fools are saying 370, 380.
I'm saying 410.
You said he's a pocket rocket. He's a 380, dog. No, fool. That fool's like he's so much shorter than you. How tall are you?
He sit like this. You gotta include the ankles.
Oh my
He's
god.
avoiding that question.
Like you gotta
Whoop.
no, you gotta include everything. You know what I'm saying? You
There's a
gotta-
lot of ankle
the
weight.
arms.
It's a lot of
He got a
ankle
little
weight.
blubber. Like he got the back. Like
The elbow.
No.
because some big niggas they skinny in certain areas, but they big and stuff.
He's-
He
bro.
got like the whole.
He's still like a smaller human. He's like 5'8".
Oh yeah, he's pretty short, so it's all stuffed in.
He's Josh say he's 5'6".
350 at least.
You know what, Josh? You used to be the gauge of accuracy around here. I'm not so fucking sure how that stands. Yeah, he not no 5'6", bro. He was probably
Who's that? What
He
line
like
is that?
5'7".
That little black line?
Yeah, no,
I'll
Ralph,
have
you
to
were a lot
look up and
taller
see
than him,
that.
bro. For sure.
My height don't give me extra pounds.
Yes, it do.
When I was 265,
Yes, it
people
absolutely
probably think I'm
does.
the same weight now.
You have more,
What
but
you think?
bro, if you were
Kind
pause. If you
Your
stretch
bones
out
are bigger.
Flacco, if you
Your
stretch
bones
out
are not bigger.
if you stretch out Flacco to your height, he would like appear significantly less.
Oh no,
like,
they probably are. That probably add a couple extra pounds.
he's still bigger, like, but I don't think you guys are saying 400. You feel me?
14.
Like 410, dog. Light
crazy.
4.
That's-
Bro, he's not, dude. Like
He's not 400
he
pounds.
may be like the most he ever. If he weighed more than
the weight
320,
is a little
like,
bit more like.
Oh, okay. I see what y'all saying. I'm gonna get 362.
That's fair.
I guess
That's fair. Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think that's that's like a super high estimate. I think if he was your height and the same size, he'd be like
All right. So when
360.
Dijon got on the scale that one time, how much was it?
Dijon, fucking
It was like
long enough to
three-
fucking-
It was like
long enough to roll over tall ass people. You
I
feel
feel
me?
like it was like it didn't even resonate, right, or something.
Nah, he's also not
So
tall
I feel
though.
like he's
That's-
bigger. He's taller than him.
They about the same.
No, they about the same size.
He bigger than.
He's
Flacco
bigger than
Flacco could
Dijon.
have played like center. in
They
football.
pause. They shape differently. Pause.
I feel like you gotta just say it, then probably say pause after.
I said it before and
So,
after.
like you knew you made it.
Yeah, I
kinda
knew.
Like
No, it's
what?
you know, my brain's fast enough for a preemptive pause, Ralphie. What
yeah,
you know
like
about
you
that?
like a young nigga on the line.
Like, might as well be from Harlem,
There's
dog.
no other way to say it.
Yeah. With that being said, I don't know. Flacco, 380 is what the streets are saying. I don't make the rules.
360.
362. 360.
He said 362, dog. I ain't say nothing like that. I believe it's like significantly less.
He tripping out.
Josh is a hater. He said Flacco's Josh said he's 5'6", 320. Pull up a Google image of what this is what AI is good for. Pull up an image of 5'6", 320. Let's see a fucking body right now on
How
the
tall was
set.
Fat Albert?
I mean, Fat Albert, I
he
feel like was
probably
kind of tall.
Oh, yeah, he was a big fat nigga.
But I feel like there was taller homies. What was Mushmouth was like.
I feel like a
taller
5'6". What we're describing is it don't look what you think it looked like.
I don't know, bro.
How do you think it
Okay.
looked like? Because he already like this, so like you
So
think it's
he's
like,
not 5'6" is like a decent sized girl height wise. Kind of like borderline anything above 5'6", you're like a tall bitch, quote unquote, 5'7" and above. Like anything below that, you're like that's a mid-sized sedan right there. That's a mid-sized woman.
Bro, I seen some bitches that weighed about like at more than that at a shorter, and they look big as hell, but not like.
They have hella ass, like all their weight. They're
How does that
top-
look, Josh?
Yeah, what
Of
is
course,
yeah.
he's gonna pull up women first, right?
No, let's see what
You
pull up
know they
image
got
of a
titties
dude.
and shit, so they gonna show everything big and shit. You know, like
So like a short
they
like
she gonna be like this and shit. Like
no, and there's a lot of women that are like 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", 5'11". Like I haven't really. Most of my girlfriends are like 5'2", 5'3", 5'4" type shit. Like 5'2" is my girlfriend. That's like
So you saying Flacco ain't built like this?
oh that's hold on, no way that but we don't know the height. This is okay. That
So
says
you
5'6".
saying Flacco ain't built bigger than that?
Flacco.
What you mean? Nah, it ain't sloppier, but you know. what I'm
Yeah, that
saying?
might be equivalent. You're right.
It's about the same.
So Flacco exposes.
Is y'all showing the chat? Is y'all saying so? Y'all saying Flacco built like this? Is that what y'all saying?
Yeah.
No, that bitch is smaller.
Yeah.
That's 320. That's 320, dog. That's 320.
Yeah.
That's 320, bro. Dude, that's 320. Like, is that Flacco? I don't think so. No.
Nah, that's Dijon.
Yes.
Flacco's bigger than Dijon. Is what I keep trying to explain to y'all.
Damn. Okay. You know what? You might be onto something, Ralphie. I don't know.
362.
Damn.
I might be. If I got it right, Flacco, you gotta send me that 1,000 you owe Lush because I feel like that's an accurate guess.
Yeah, and then Ralphie gonna shoot me the 750
I give you
pop,
10%.
feel me? Like
10%.
you know,
That's
you-
cool.
As long as Flacco holds this L, let's be
All right,
honest.
you're still on the news. How much you weigh? Yes.
Man, shut the
Yes,
fuck
no, I
up.
believe it. Yes, yes, yes,
Yo, ain't no
yes,
fucking 290
yes,
shit, nigga.
yes. No, he's right. And Flacco,
Man, shut the skill right now, nigga.
Flacco,
respect that.
Flacco, you're
Good shit,
taller.
Flacco.
Josh said you're 5'6". You're at least 5'8", right, Flacco? Okay,
All right, I'm kind of
5'8".
up. I'm kind of fucked up.
shut the fuck up, dog. Yeah, same guy.
Hey, Flacco, I'm kind of fucked up because I thought you were like on a 362 scale.
Oh,
Why he chuckled like it was kind of close? Like that was like a crazy chuckle.
no,
That was like an evil
Josh
villain
said
chuckle.
365, 5'2". He's no, straight up.
We saw you step on a scale and you were 320.
And he's smaller. And he's smaller. He's did he? No. He was fat as fuck before.
Man, I'm gonna buy one of them heavy duty scales, Flacco, and I'll pay to see this, bro.
How the fucking worse a sumo suit to work.
Yeah, hey, that's why I was asking him. Hey, what was this? What was the number?
Whoa.
You bigger than him, bro.
Whoa. Significantly. No, because
So y'all think my number off now?
I mean clear.
I might be like,
That's still one of the most unhealthy podcasts of all time. Like,
I'm pretty
That's
healthy.
crazy.
no fetish content. All right, player.
You feel me? All right, man.
I hung up on me.
He doesn't want to do any fetish content, guys.
All right.
Thank God.
He made that real
Yeah.
freaky, man. No Diddy, man. No Diddy.
With that being said, we'll be back with the music stream. We got a lot of cool, exciting stuff coming up. No Jumper Cypher, a whole gang of the whole lot is just going crazy. Gunner, what you got cracking this weekend once again?
I just got back from New York. I'm really tired, and I'm gonna enjoy my new apartment.
Fire.
Let's
okay.
go.
You just moved in?
Yeah, I'm living in a penthouse.
Fire, bro. Turn up at Gunners this weekend. It's
No
going
one's
crazy.
invited.
We all slide in. The whole squad, several cliques is going up.
Oh, no.
Ralphie and Eva, what y'all got cracking on the
I got-
agenda?
Fucking Chief and Pop Up and Dub got some shit going this week.
That's right.
Shit, streaming and shit.
That's right. That's right.
Ralphie report, man. Every day, man. Tune in.
Been very consistent. I'll try to.
I'm catching up to the amount of pods down there damn near got dropped.
You're
I'm like
very
300 and something.
You're very consistent. Like I noticed that. I feel like every time I'm on YouTube.
No, cause
damn
look,
near-
I started back then, right? But then I kept moving studios, so I was like, I keep moving spots. I'm like, I want to do this shit comfortable.
No, you seem like you just. It's like whenever you feel like it, it's just kind of free form. You just going live type shit. But people,
The
people.
community waiting, they like, damn.
No, they know you're gonna go live every day, and
No
if you
cap.
miss a day, they start
Happening
being
again.
like,
It's
yo,
happening again. It's happening again.
Videos like, hey, bro, go live. Like,
There'll
what
be
you-
unrelated shit. They're
Yeah.
like using like inside jokes from the streams and the comments. And yeah, you have a whole. Ralphie's he's streaming now. He's going up. So like, share, subscribe. Ralphie the Plug channel, and of course become a member at No Jumper for only $5. Player 5. You feel me? Like turn up, know what the fuck is going on, and get you the privilege to get early releases, to be up in the chat when only it's the squad, and it's a great place to be. With that being said, see y'all on the music stream very soon. Much